So, l'chaim l'avrocha. So, hand is Donnerstag nacht, es is Yid Alav Nissen, es is Erev Shabbos HaGudel. Es is alle Yid Alav Nissen is the Rebbe's Yom HaLedes. Wus is the Rebbe? Wus meint, wer is the Rebbe? The Rebbe is a Rebbe, is a or, is a light. Was a Nuvi hat geht durch certain Tieren sind offen für ihn. Hat einmalig. But is limited to the message is. Okay? Nuvi zuktive koyem Hashem. And I bring through the message. He's holding that message. Whatever, it's different levels in him. Tzaddik is a powerful zach. It's a moedige light. And Tzaddik goes over Kodesh Baruch Hu Mekayim meint as so do Ara and Sav and nog is do Atzmas, which is levels that we have no access to because we don't have the language to it. And then there was Mitzamtzim itself into Esesfiris Agenuzes. There's hidden behaltene Middes, because cancer zoeken naar Middes. Wegen Tamar hat es Middes, likes man an a limitation. And likes man an a limitation, there was auch schon nicht ein Sof, schon nicht endless, so he can't say so, hat nicht kein Middes. So hat nicht kein Middes, wieso hat sich angefangen bei Schaffen der Welt? Ich meine, es etwas hat gedacht, etwas. So hat ja Middes. Es ist weiter im Makbel gewesen. Oh, but in Zimmer ging Gevil. We are in a limited, from an unlimited place, so all of a sudden it's like boom, boom. It's on every level we're feeling this force of life, the Gevil and the Bli Gevil, going back and forth. So
spielt bis in unser level.
Yeah. Spielt Mamash bis du. Yeah, bis du. But this is Shabbos HaGudel. Yeah, spielt Mamash du. If I get it, you'll bring me back to this. I want to make the point from Shabbos HaGudel. So it comes down in levels. The meredu from a light, I can energy. Let's just say it's a light. It's a light that goes levels and levels and levels. And the process, the process with amoyach is in the feelings, is in just the presence, and then the yichidish benefesh of who am I? What do I want? What do you want? What do I want? And who am I? Going deeply into the right side of the heart, the nefesh elikis, and. So the world is created from a certain point. The world starts becoming into from Malchus the Ak, and nog to Malchus the Atzilus, nog to Malchus the Ak, which is Udam Kadmon, which is the thing that is, let's just say, is the ultimate Udam. It's the force, is the generator that generates all of us, the whole Bria. We're all drawing from that, and that is a structure that he put in place that we can exist in this way. Otherwise, we'll just cease to exist. We'll be like a light if it turns on too much. So he was mitzamtzim itself. So I don't want to go there, but while we're on it, just because it's a pasach, in the tzimtzum, while this tzimtzum is happening, this is where the Meitzer is. This is the Mitzrayim. This is where we get tangled in. So. What happened to me, what didn't I do, what am I going to do? We make it so personal because the ego is giving us only two or three dimensional. 2 3 dimensional is like I can nur trachten für mir. I can only think about what's good for me. You have a minna, hast du begleibst, du bist chayit, hast du a minna, you understand something, you have bechira, but it has to be this way. Okay, most of us is the reason we do this is because we don't know what to do. So you go back to what you know. We kick the feet. The sharabarik shtois the feet. So yeah. So this thing it's Atzilus, and then it comes into Atzilus, and Atzilus really to talk about Ak and all this, but obviously in Innovani because we want to stay on track because it's more structured that way. But fine, we can come back to it soon. Get to the point. We're making a point who whatever is. Don't forget the power of whatever. So then comes into Atzilus. Atzilus is where this light is finally showing up in a way that it's Keilim, Oiris and Keilim. It's light and Keilim, which means it starts taking shape and an expression. It's in the relationship with something. It's made out of something. It's a language that we can already start. We're speaking already this language. What is this language? It's the Chuf Bais Oisius. This is the letters, the Aleph Bais. It's speaking Aleph Bais. It's full of it's all it is, it's Aleph Bais. It's codes and codes and codes. And more simple, and you can get lost in the codes. Different with Kabul, Davim with Kavunas, they get lost in the codes. That's their thing. That's where they're doing their work. Bringing oiris and bringing mamshech oiris for us, that we are in the keilim. We have to act it out in physical world, that we can have the strength, and we know magnetically we are attached to that. And simply with a minna, you'll be on the right track. A minna is the magnetic field that's going to pull you up. It's going to take you into that place of atzilus, which is ivi chad bohen, ivi gamoy chad bohen, which means that the oiris and the keilim are one. It's a merkova. And Iva Gamoy Chad Boin is, which is Iva Gamoy Gad, is the Keilim is also one.
Es ist dort, darf ist die Keilim a finnisch ka Keile für der Or. Sie pusht für der niedrigere Tages, was man darf nach Keile. Dort darf der Eures a finnisch kein Keile.
Correct. It's mamish floating with it.
I feel the Keilim is Or.
Yeah. Exactly, of course.
Yeah. Okay.
So
The first level of Keilim?
yeah, the first level of Keilim, no, there's a different Keilim. Since there was Tzimtzum, there's Keilim, different Keilim. But let's just say, what does a Keilim mean? Keilim means a shape that's able to hold, to translate the oid already in some sort of a language that we are speaking.
Vessel.
A vessel, yes. So this thing that is Ivichoy Chad, the Keilim, this is the Zex Midas, the Shisha Midas, the 6 attributes of Kitchu Brichi. Kitchu, Heilig Brichi, Gelot Tezer. We're talking about Kudish. The expression for Kudish means that it's Kudish and Mivdal. Wie heilig the mindset is heilig. It's Kudish and Mivdal, but it's Teracham, it's with Chesed, it's white. Shabbos. So Kitche Brichis. So a Rebbe, Tzadik Gozer Krishburich Mekayim, which means that there's different levels, different layers, and different locks, and it's a maze how the oil dafarukim, but it's geblocked, klippim and gulas, whatever is going on over there. So the Nuvi bringt up a Navia and macht auf a akav, halt the Navia and bringt around the oil die ene week. But a tzaddik, fine, the Nuvi, can also whatever, but we want to bring out that's a different cut. Arab is straightforward. Tzaddik goes like a zburich mekayim. Unkan cheshbonis. It means that the tzaddik is completely is shchina. And when zukt is es auf dem Platz is a yichid. Mit kitche brichi with the midas. So he makes a yichid and it brings you up the sheif and the brucha. And then there's some tzaddikim which represent the kitche brichi, which is fire. I mean, this is sharp and it's because these are the midas and that they're the masculine. So there's different rabbis. There was this type, and then there was the ones that was pachet. This is meret fin gevir, meret fin intense light, which means that they is able to hold the light, fully surrender to it. Which wird geriefen in Chassidus wird geriefen. A rebbe is atzmas and mahus melubish and aguf. Atzmas and mahus, you know what this means? Atzmas and mahus means it is dvar avai and wild. It is, he's the boss. So there's different levels in tzaddikim. Tzaddik v'tovle, tzaddik v'rabbi.
Ob nachdem der Tzaddik ist der Balabais shel Oilam, es gibt Pshite. Is du der Balabus.
Nachman sagt this.
Balabais shel Oilam.
Very good. Okay, good. Thank you for giving me the manamokum. So
Balabus du auf der Welt.
Tzaddik is meant as when they light the oil with his levels and levels and levels, and his dins, it's meant just perfect alignment. Wieso kommt es so, ist der Eibischte du in Welt? Wieso ist der Eibischte du in Welt? Das heißt, er ist in Welt. Wie ist er? How does he show up? Es ist eine Eide. Eine Eide ist der Eugen von der Eide. Es ist der Eugen von der Tzadikim. Dadurch seine Eugen kickt in der Welt. Und sein Job ist, sie Mlamas Chizan. But so that was an auch mit Seder. So there's different bekitzers, it's avodah. So Tonight is the Yom HaLedus from the Lubavitcher Rebbe, Yud Aleph Nisan, which means that what type of light was this? We're talking about the light. Look, first of all, that's a tzaddik, that's a Rebbe. You know, we're not getting caught up in the Lubavitcher Rebbe, the Belzer Rebbe. We're talking about a light. Can you measure the light? What is that light? This is how I measure it, not in labels. Because the labels are the Levishim, they choose to come in these Levishim to make distractions so they can attain the Arvid. So, and also, when Ms. Machlokes mit dem Tzaddik is des schon der Bruche. Viele Davis schluckt sich mit dem Tzaddik, die ernst schon der Bruche, because the Tzaddik darf doch mal mit Chizan. So, nicht nur mal mit Chizan, sondern seine ganze energy is mal mit Chiz, constantly mal mit Chiz. That's his job, to figure out. Sometimes it's not easy. So, like a heavy clip, this is, you know, so the tzaddik is yeah. So connecting, he feels he's malamas chis. I wanted to go somewhere with that. So tonight we'll circle back. The Lubavitcher Rebbe is your tzad. So yes, the Levishim. Which one? The Levishim. In other words, they show up in the Levishim. But the Levishim is just so we can, you know, ze kim terug doen Welt. That's how he shows up. Just mind that sometimes you can see by the tzaddik that it's they have all boost on the gift, you know.
Was der Fried sagt Eugen, hast du gegeben einer Hashem?
Is the Ein Hashem, als kommt up in Welt, als seht der Eibsche doen in Welt, mit der Eugen. And the heiliger the Eugen, the hoiger is connected to them Ein Sof, with Atzmas and His, and bis hat a beam straight in, als kijkt dus, als du Lubavitcher Rebbe, gewinn eine Weide, gewinn a Sar, gewinn is the Eurish Mashiach. Moirish Mashiach meint, gerät, bringt the consciousness. It's irrelevant. The point is that zan energy, zan Neshama, bringt the consciousness. Vater moet me niet geredden van Mashiach.
So, was ich frage, der zweite Schale, wie da bist du? So, this is the answer, basically. Durch seine Augen,
correct.
Von der Tzaddik,
wieso feels, wieso es dann, wieso sieht es.
So, das heißt,
bringt er op een spoor, yes.
Der Eibischte seht durch ihm, und die seht der Eibischte heran in seinen Augen. Kiekst du heran in seine Augen, siehst du Jesche. Oh.
Yeah.
So, wenn bringt auf Consciousness auf der Welt, ist wieso ja.
Correct.
Seine Augen siehst du, ist zu deinen Augen.
Correct, and that's how the Lubavitcher Rebbe stood for 8 hours. He gave him kosher brucha. Bis meint kosher brucha, gehalten a cup, and a kleine Bechen hat man angefüllt and noch gekickt. And then I watched it once in a video for 2 minutes. It's a voide kusher, and it is for 8 shu. Or whatever, 4 or 5 the dollars, it's the same thing. The point is that we're talking about a light. There was no goof. It was just a light, because a body, I give candles in stehen. I give candles in stehen der voide. Es ist schon eine ausgearbeitete Give, es ist schon mamisch, du siehst Atzilus, du in Welt. Eures bekeilen ewige Yoichad. Ewiger Moichad. Man sagt noch von seiner Gebum sagen, that once gewonnen Rebbe, once they became the Gebum, sie haben sich kein Mensch gerickt, und dem es soll heißen. What does that mean? Sie sind gestanden. Also wie ein Soldat, sie sind gestanden, mit solch geriet. Es meint, there was zero self. 1 second. There was zero self. Es meint, der Gabi gestanden an so für a Schuh, und hat ihm gesucht, etwas hat gerickt. Es meint, he was fully surrendered to him, to the Rebbe. What does that mean? Me kennis train, sitin. You know, for a Schuh, for a halbe Schuh. Avach. But to be able to hold that, meant that was, this again, the presence. He took you completely over. In other words,
Sie kommen von seiner Seite.
no, yeah, sie haben sich mevatel gewen von der Rebbe. And once that happened, they completely automatic gehalten their space. Sie gehen a presence von light, sie gehen a presence von oil that man sich geriet, so doch ich can't halten. It's being present. So, deze daylight was hand wird geboren hand nacht. Judal is a massive light of it's aufgestellt, all over the world. It's a system, it's a technology. It's a technology that's set up with satellite dishes all over the world. Schliegen, film, side the nacht gaat matzah all over the world. Got men communicating with the matzah. Remember that's what I did. It's too noisy. Gotta get matzah. Alright.
Das geht noch weiter. Also Schliach. Eines geht mit der Leid von der Zadig, nicht gechillig darf gezählt in seinem Raum. Der andere gewillt, wenn geht beschlechisse, bringt dort nach über sein Leid.
Der Zadig, ja, Schliach ist in Kamasa.
Es ist nicht nur in dem Zimmer von der Zadig.
Yeah.
Nein, es ist mir kische Zadig, in der andere gewillt, bringt über sein Leid dahin.
Yes, of course. And the koich from the tzaddik, he can solve it. It's a strong light. Harai mentions in gegangen.
Yeah.
It means that he's holding that. In seinem Daten.
Yeah.
And someone succeeded. Someone's going to battle you and see the mission. So now the word is. So we're dealing here with Yudal of Nissen, talking about wie the tzaddik is eins mit der lights, man, the ewige God is on the middes. And also, by the way, they arms, they body parts sind gemacht von der Torah. It says the Taryag mitzvahs. It says 248 Ivurim and 365 veins and all that. That's the map of the body, how the body is made out of. It's made out of Shaimas, Haluchas, mit Shas, mit Mishnah, and on the Lichas, how the light. This is the Lichas is opposite of it, because the Lichas features alles. The Lichas is in the center of it, yes. Okay, I have to think about that. So the Ruf Ketsuva, so now, Arangan in Pesach is the ganze Kare is the Ruf Ketzuvas. Ganze Kare is the Midas. As the Chesed Gevil for his Netzachad, he said that the Kare is Malchus, the Drei Matzes. So the Kare is made out of like the tree of life. It has the triangle, has the body, and when it says the Midas, when they make the picture. As the Kabul picture, the ausgelagte Mensch, basically the face, so it's crisscross, as we a triangle. So I'm mid connect with the zweite. Geest the the face, that's what I say. So the car is ausgestellt as over this, gehoord van Rav Benson, so that's why I know this.
Wie is so in the cover?
Was asked the wiffel asked the
Geest is more is te veel is het met.
Ja.
Op de netzach gooit. Dus de zroja met de karpers.
Yeah.
Yesoid.
So Malchus is the card itself.
Yeah.
So Yesoid is the inzimmer Yesoid. Is kleurig. Of was er zijn. Because inzimmer mamshech van Awe. Inzimmer de matzah. I have to see it. Why this is easy shirt almost zijn. Wiffel is doen. Wiffel minimum doen. I think. Wat is dat? Wat is dat?
Zwoja, Chazir, Karpas en Beit.
So goed
Das
doen.
geht nicht viel, ist nicht so gut.
Das Salzwasser wird auch gekannt, dachte ich. Wat toch in zo?
Aber ist mir noch wieder.
Ja, dat is
Ja?
Ja,
Oh.
dat is Salzwasser.
Ich habe diese 3 Matzes.
Yes.
Ja.
Which meant that the kade, they set up with a satellite dish for the same middes. Connecting with Kitchebrigi, the side and arc. Dus de side is verschillen met Kitchebrigi. This is an Atzilus. Man zet zich aan in Atzilus met dit gewoon de Wasse Kittel, met dit een Wasse Kittel. En we gaan dan een ceremony met Aside, met Kitchebrigi. Zijn we in Atzilus, we're at that level. And the kade is overgeset to communicate. Exactly to communicate. This is ancient technology. So the car had to do chips, but in some matzah, and so do chazeres, the moeder, the alle zaken symbolize zaken is a part of us. This is a part of our DNA. It doesn't work for anybody. The chazeres and the moeder, the mountains from the bitter cat, there's a message there. There's a message and it's a code. It's activating something within you. The moeder. Yes. It's activating something within. It's too much to process. It's something this is in the hearts. This is like in the solar plexus. It's a punch. That's the moeder. Then you have the charosis. Is more divan, sweetens the heart. Yeah. So these are all codes, and I don't know how I can make it more. We can make it more dramatic. I'm also understand what we do.
Wo sehe ich das bei der Seite? Oder wo meaning any andere Yomtov, kommt das heran auf it, oder?
In a different way, different setup.
So
a sikha is an andere energy. It's a different. The sikha is more of a gentle energy. I mean, it's maki from the binah, but it was then an incubator. So the sikha, it's green. The shaka delilav is merikta energy. It's a different process. The paisach is intense. 4 cups of wine, matzah. You go on undetected. You go on in. You're not eating any chametz for 7 days, which means that you are not. You go below the radar. You can't be detected. And that's why massive breakthrough that I had last year. Wow. Yes, thank you Hashem. So that was good. Massive breakthrough. You're not esken garlic. Yeah, but how es me garlic. So much more sophisticated. Once again, a massive with a baba mas. Something happened when we got from the fight, so now it's going to shaykh. So me esken garlic, but how es me garlic because yeah, jeder stimmt mit jeder andere massive mit the garlic. Come on. Yeah. Okay. So
To last year?
Yes. So as the matzah challah brood is chometz. It's bluestone. When the wirst ungeblusen, you get an ego. Your ego is not just something that is about how you think, it's also how you feel. I still sagen, ich habe kein ego. There's no such thing. You have an ego because you're eating bread. And at the has chometz in there. Bist du ungeblusen automatically. Energetically, you bist du ungeblusen. Ugetan het.
Ungeblusen sind 2 Sachen.
Exactly. Sie meinen, die 2 Sachen. Physically and emotionally. Exactly. Physically and emotionally. And if you're not feeling it physically, then Baruch Hashem, fine. Yeah? But you are still emotionally, you just digested, and you have a dose that's going to last you probably for 12 hours or 6 hours, and then you're going to get your other dose of chometz to ungeblusen mehr. What does that ungeblusen do? It gives you an ego, or I'm happy, or I need to, whatever. It's that whole cripple. And Pesach Badanach, we start eating the matzah and the chometz. We're dialing into another space. We're entering another heichel. It's another spaceship. We're entering another spaceship. We enter, and after 3 days we come back. It's for 7 days because it's part of gulas. This is this. But we've been entering that space every year. But we're too in gulas to chap what's going on. But this year, God's on the redemption. You go into chap where you're entering, and you may choose not to come back. You may have the attention span to stay there, whatever that means. It means das, definitely, being present. Kesher shel tefillin means das. And so Pesach, we're going into a place of with the matzah, which it's not leavened, no yeast. You're going into a different vibration. You're eating matzah. You're changing your diet completely. You're taking a very strong, ancient medicine from the jungle. 1 second, hold on. So you came on Achon Shal Pesach and Shvi Shal Pesach and Chagigas garlic. I ate garlic and I was walking and I felt it. I said, I just exposed myself. I felt exposed. I was in a radar and all of a sudden, I remember I was up in Pomona and I was just walking and I'm feeling the garlic. I'm like, wow, something is off. I'm exposed. But tzaddikim pflegen essen garlic, up to halten op. Huh? No, that's again schwierig is up to halten the energy. Like because they clip lift weg from garlic. There's nothing exciting about garlic. When it comes to a clip they go away. It's like it's garlic, it doesn't smell good. Okay, so it naturally keeps it away. So this is good. Aber Pesach is auf a higher level that we don't need that, and that's a distraction. Because when you do that, you go into fight mode. You go into what's really used for. It brings you back to that space. But anyways, we're so wrapped in Pesach that it was fine. It was just the realization that I chapped what's going on, why we're not eating garlic. Minig Yisrael Torah. So that's the space. That's the space that we're in on. That's where the garlic, and that's the space we enter in on Pesach. With the matzah, the kara is set up according to the midas. It receives the signal. You're eating the matzah and the wine. The heart macht sich auf. The heart opens up. The matzah triggers chachma, the abba. So there's a yichud between chachma, the abba, like massive wine, which is left brain, and matzah, which is right brain. And kazayas, there's a shir for it. How much you need to do to make this yichud, and then bring in this to impregnate a shechina.
Yes.
1 second, I just want to see if I covered everything there. Okay, yeah, that will come to us, yeah.
So what are we trying to do by having the kara in the whole other dimension of what we live every day by the side?
Yeah, Manishtana. What's going on over here? Manishtana, what's God for? Like, what's it the purpose when offset is a different dimension? What's going on over here? Why are we doing this? Perfect. The shala is
It's the last vector of the shala.
yes.
The kara vector.
The Manishtana in Manishtana hulach ma'ani is all the illusion. The wijs was, but it's it's a high. Usikalila high aleph hulach ma'ani, and then Manishtana is koyach ma, which is bittul. Bittul is that as you ask the question, you understand that you have bittul. You're not an animal. You have bittul. To understand that this is not personal. My message here, my struggle is here to get me to ask the question and snap into the answer through a minute. That's what the matzah gives you. It gives you the koich, and you're going to ask, how? How do I do this? How do I don't understand this. First of all, let's just say, yes, it's tough. I want to sit with my choymer levainim. I want to sit with it, but I'm ready to go for it. I'm ready to let go, to surrender to it. How, what, when? The Manishtana, the question is, what's different about this setup? Which makes you add, the question will bring you home. It wakes something up within you. What's different about this setup? And you're asking why and what's going on in the world? What's with this setup over here? Milchumas and poverty and the rich did not, betrayal. What's going on over here? that wakes you up to be able to see the map. The manashtanim, because you're going into the amunah, right immediately. Ma is koyach ma, you're going into amina. And this is the koyach in the Vuf K'tzuvas. So the Vuf K'tzuvas is that six corners. You have Mizrach Marev, Durum Zufen, Malamata. The Weg wie ins kicken wir Vuf K'tzuvas. Vuf K'tzuvas means the six corners. The six corners, yeah. Is by through Chaymer Levanim. You're imagine you're walking in this big heavy suit. And I measure my steps by success based on whatever is going on out there. By asking the question, what's going on? Like really, what's going on in the world? The Kara. Who's got food in the Kara of the Welt? What are we living in? What's the message? What's really happening over here? Do I need to be afraid? What is that heaviness? What's that darkness mean? Wie geht es? What's God for? How real is this? How real am I? Where am I real? Wie bin ich emes? Wie ist mein emes? Who am I? What's my chiddush benefesh? Your Mashiach. What's your Mashiach? Waking up your Mashiach. So the Vuf K'tzuvas is that you're entering the space of going forward, going backwards, going to the right, going to the left is based on the Zek Midas. When do I want to move to the right? Chesed. I want to move to the left. Gevira. Mizrach is Teferes. Marav is Yesod. If I have to go Marav, Shchina is Marav. Vi's Shchina is in Marav, so Vi's Marav. Marav is the Yesod. Shmira Sabris, Reb Nachman, Reb Nuslan, it's all over. Shmira Sabris, whatever that means. Shmira Sabris means whatever your commitments are. What's your commitment? Who are you? That is Shmira Sabris. Shmira Sabris is my covenant. Who am I? Am I my realness with myself, my emes with myself. That's my covenant. This is my agreement with Zechab. Based on what ich bin. Wer bin ich? Ich bin a Yid, ich bin a Zayid, what's a Yid? And what does it mean to be a Yid? What do I have more? Now that I'm a Yid, I have a Minna. So, and automatically that Shmira Sabris klaptos of Shmira Sabris. Because if you want to land it into Yesod, into Malchus, if you want to bring in your thoughts and your feelings into Malchus, into the womb, yes, you can do it. First, you're starting with your machshavos, you're cleaning your mind and you're cleaning your heart. But now I'm in Olam Asiyah, I need to do a pe'il over here, in Welt, physically in Welt, and that's through your Yesod. So that's Shmira Sabris. If there's Shmira Sabris, then you can enter where you need to enter to. Stamp in. So, working, also I got my furas, also I got my vater. Nog een male matte, which is net zo goed. Hoeveel Kabbalah soil heb ik? Kabbalah soil is a trick. Kabbalah soil is a code. When you drop into Kabbalah soil, which means accepting and then having a hidua, this is net zo goed, you're bypassing in dummy world a whole bunch of stuff that you don't need to do, that was falta weg because of that, because the vibration can only meet you if you're holding space for the vibration. But if I'm in a different vibration, wem schluckt sich? If here, this energy is meeting me over here because I ganze Jahr bin ich ungeblusen, because I have chumetz, in whatever way. But now you're going in over here, this netzachot, which is Kabbalah Soil, I'm accepting. I don't need to feel I'm doing what I'm doing because this is who I am. I'm accepting, I believe. And from that place, you're bypassing all these towers that Parai built up, that you get sidetracked as you're on your journey, and you start getting distracted with different obstacles because you don't have Kabbalah soul. You need to feel, you need to understand it. You know, that type of thing. We're just discussing one part of this machine, which is called Netzach. And this is how you move. This is the Kara. The Kara is so powerful. It's triggering this conversation. Not just this, and there's hundreds on YouTube that are talking about the Kara, the setup of the Kara. Shirim, jeder an Sfardi, jeder hat sich gesagt, his chap was got redden to sein Herz. That's going to activate him to his Kara. And this is what we're doing. That's the power of the Kara. And this is because Kitche Berichi is of the Kara. He's flashing right at that Kara. Because he's setting it up, and this is what he said. This is what I want you to do. Set it up like this. So Allah, the Ariya Kudish gesucht, Azoyat man is gesucht. The Ariya Kudish, yeah, it's a different way. The Ariya Kudish, the Aguda, whatever it is. And with this setup, Kim Turb Kitche Berichi. And he communicates with us. He got from the Kara Aran Sedi. And you're connecting with that. So, Lamakim Tzvam of Charayim is a moeilijke powerful zaak. We zijn van de Rebbe. Moeilijke powerful matzv. Koenikal wijst dat Devach is Shabbos Igudel. The camera is good, Moshe? Oh, die hebben het vandaag.
Okay.
It's the eerste technology.
Can I ask on the Kara still?
Yes.
So, the Kara is like a GPS where I should go, or the Kara brings.
Yes. The Kara brings.
That's what I don't know.
The Kara is a transmitter.
So do have this oil that I don't understand, that I don't feel the whole year.
Yes.
Now that I eat matzah,
Yes.
and I see the Kara, or
You're not understanding nothing. You're going into Moich and the Gadlus. You don't understand nothing. It's just an explosion. You just got hit in the head with a missile, with a not ballistic, child's play, because they threw it and they couldn't enter that space because the vibration was a different vibration. Their Chazarai, the ballistic missile, couldn't enter it because it's a different vibration. A vibration that they're not even aware that exists because it's being fed by us, by all of us.
so if Paisa is a missile,
It's being fed by all the Heselzuk.
I'm saying again.
It's being fed by all of us. The shield that exists over there in Eretz Yisrael, that nothing was able to enter the space, is created by all of us. It's by our vibration. It's our energy that's holding that.
Das ist trachten, wieso der Ohr kommt auf Pesach. Okay, wenn du trachst, kommt es nicht. What do you want to say?
So, complete Kabbalah soil, surrender, Netzach
Moich in der Gadlus ist nicht verstehen. Ich meine, Moich in der Gadlus versteht besser.
Moich is like, but it's such an energy that's a
It's a
nuclear. It's a nuclear energy that's something that it takes sometimes months to open up.
No, my question is like, what's the idea of having the Kara? Like, what does it help me, or
Does it sound like I'm backing down when I say I'm setting up? That may take months to process. When really we should aim for it. No, it's gonna. But this process in Pesach lang. Why do we need to?
Why do we need? Es soll gehen. Es darf sein ein Platz für das. Es darf sein ein Mischkan für das Schuhe. Das Schiene darf ein
so
Platz.
why are we trying to bring down the 6 meters Pesach Banach?
Because it's a yichah to kitchen bricha. Well, jena nacht dat gezoekt, hat nacht, dan ging ik raus van de Torah.
Wenn ich bechöre Yisrael, es darf Chal sein auf etwas, du, in der Welt.
Hat nacht, dan ging ik raus van de Torah. Wieso? Mit Makas Bechoris. Makas Bechoris is that jede Choshech had a life, opposite it. En doet me gered van, dat schon gecovered last time. Doet me gered van, Makas Bechoris beschaat is, ze gaat weer in geboren, heb je een andere zaad van hem. Okay, so 12 was eigen, exactly, Chatzois means down to that, everything, all those vibrations, I'm going to split it in the middle. Exactly, so as soon as you can, so it's like a little crooked, and ze gebleven maar kleine slice dat, dan gaat het gebaden, dat nog een deal met nog 6.000 euro problem, no. Chatzois, Zuk Moshe Fapari, Chatzois, he's talking to the consciousness of the Welt, of the illusion that we're all living in right now. He's talking to that thing, which is a very powerful thing. And the Rebbe said he was Moshe Nefesh himself. I didn't understand, I never knew that. He was Moshe Nefesh, when he gegangen ist Fapari, that I'm going to kill you. He's standing in front of the king. He's like, I'm going to kill you if you don't let my people go out. Says, so, you know who says? Like, as far as Par is concerned, he's talking to it. Par redzi God. Redzi because he's not seeing body. He's you're not fooling him by a big ring and a necklace. You have to literally stand there toe to toe with his energy. And there's two powers, two worlds have just met. And he has then, if you don't listen to me, by tomorrow I'm going to kill you. And every firstborn in your country, which is the most powerful thing, the Bechor is given a very powerful thing. They ran their own armies. They understood the power of the Bechor. Pishnaim. And now we know what they were on the other side. B'ni Bechor Yisrael. As we are born, this amazing light, they have to die. And nobody can kill them because they don't have power. So a real Parazuk, there is a God. Look, what are you talking about? I'm fully present. This is man koyach. Stop me. What are you talking about? Right? He's owning that. So now comes Chatzois, is exactly Chatzois is Makas B'choros. And he understood, he got the message that there's something that just my infrastructure, my code has been cracked. Means that it was throughout the process of the same Makas, Yesh Loimer, Efshe Loimer, that Pare was in a real process. Kanich Badet is life Pare. How do you explain this according to Chassidus? Pare is in a real process, which is Rat Bittel. Got a lot of Zanavoid in Chassidus.
Last week.
What?
Yeah, that one was discussed last week.
No, this wasn't last week. This wasn't around last week. He was going through his own process. His process of surrender, which means that biz Makas B'choros is er gewinn pink da so convinced, as wie die is convinced and down a doubt and down a spike is hier into. Okay, it's not that. Noch als Schier, noch a Farbreng. Yeah, okay, no kwetsch me do, the wereld zedrik do, and I'm going with the process, I'm going with it.
De alte hebben zoekt in Torah in boy. Als alle Forschung zoeken naar de twee maken ze gewinn van Jiden. Zoekt de wereld dort. Als es vorgelegt, nein, das geht schon weiter. Als de Matur von den zwei maken is gewinn van één. Terwijl van de Klippe is de koeig daar besteld.
Right.
Daar heb je het eenmaal aangelegd in process.
Correct. So the clipper was in the and it's went can piss the guy.
Ik ben God beklippen.
God beklippen. It is the the Tana Gudel. It is the Tana Gudel. It is the big reptile that Tana Gudel reptile that you're dealing with. Dana Spikes, Inzel Spikes, and Amina in Betochen. This is Paro. He's the big radar that sends out these massive waves every single day. Just and spinning, and another one, and then different things pop up on different sides of the world. Anyways, the point is that Chatzoy Salayla is a gevur geworden that there's a power over here that's bigger than him, and he had an ego death. He had an ego death. It was too strong for him. It was very strong medicine because he died. People started dying. De Bechoren zijn gewend, ze hebben hem gehalten, gingen hem een koeig van dat, ze gewend zijn hebben, ze hebben zich eens gericht on hem. Da Havgul. En du, de vessels are starben, verliert zijn ganze powers. Ze gewend zijn special forces, zijn special security. Es war ein massive kishuv en rausgeschickt energy gehalten, das ist the greatest economy in the world. He was holding that all. He went the Rav the Klippe. So Makas B'choros had taken one of them, which means that not just B'ni B'choros means not just the B'char, the firstborn child. You are the firstborn child, each and every one. The Yid is the firstborn child. Yeah. It blossoms, hebt gewoon even en ze blossoms. Chiedische benefis. So bekitzer am Einse. So, jetzt halt mit der Lernen dem Indien von, wo sie kann sagen, Gvil and nicht in Gvil. In other words, how do you take the only plaats wie they light kim terug doet in de Welt is again in de Mishkan. En we zetten dat zoals gekickt. Arim and Arim again gebot, again the Ivrim, alles the body parts and everything, but the heartbeat is given in the Urn. En ze given an nimna va een men an nimnos. Nimna va een, wel?
Eine Minamide. Eine Minamide.
Okay, so given since we can't have its plot. So got the measurement, but it didn't take up the space because the space that it fit in was smaller after the bottom. And not just one. No, was again the leeg is again 6 by 6 and the urn is all bizarre. Anyways, the same measurement fit in over there, which means that it didn't make sense. Imagine something that's here, but it's not here. Azag was do the zesters, but there's the energy different. Well, see groß for the plots is exact measurement from the room. So you start seeing was they fit ran. Ze fit, ze houdt zich, ze fit. Doen en niet doen. En wat is gefeated en draußen met de carbones, de ganze aan eincleanen. Constantly cleaning the energy. En ze gaan rein in de Shalom, Banacht, ze gaan alles gecleaned jeden Tag nog in de Keteures. Ze gaan een ganze system, wo ze met dat gehalten, en alle schefen gekomen van dat. So, the Kaira does the same spiel. Kaira is dan Uren. The Kaira is dan Uren, weil de has dat, the ganze body has the ganze gif, in de has de Chachma binnen das, en ze speisig bij de nacht. Ani v'lei malach, ani v'lei surev, which means the king of all kings, the king of all kings came to the Pesach Nacht. The energy that you're feeling is from the king of all kings. This might be the king of all kings. So how many kings are there? God forbid. There's one king. But he shows up in many different ways. On every level he shows up in a different way. In Atzilus, Bri, Etzira, in different ways, different levels in your life, how he shows up. And on every level there's negotiations. You see him this way because of your behavior that way, and your behavior that way is because you're stuck from whatever happened to you and the other way. So we're stuck. And you want to forgive, but the world is not ready for your kindness. So you have to continue hiding, but yet you need to show up. So there's a back and forth. On every level. But Paisa Badanach came the Melech Malcham Luchem, which is the king of all kings, and says zo hoog dat zit no lichtigheid. Zit no lichtigheid. Says zo hoog dat ze daarvoor ook iemand zo niedrig. Als we kennen het zieke mensen zo hoog. Dus mijn ze komt van een hoge plaats that you don't have an expression for it. It makes no sense. I don't understand it. Only to a place where you're so low that it makes no sense. You don't understand it. You don't understand what you're doing every day. You're struggling. What's the point? What's going on? It makes no sense. Like, what's the point over there? Exactly. That's the light you're carrying. That's the light of so Lamaka Mitzrayim B'Vcharayim, says the Rebbe, is that when Ayid tracht Machshuva Tov Mitzav Lamasa, the Menidus Magabreng, the Korban Pesach, the Seh, Farbreng Korban Pesach, Shabbos HaGudel, was meint as, with the Seh, was am gefragt, the Bechorim wusse days, am gesucht as, es gab the Schechten, this is in the Zura, this is in the Gods, meint that jene energy, man sagt sich, man nichts mit, man geht harger the energy, meint as er gar nicht sterben, so, this is our mazel. The Seh, the guy stays Schechten, he verliert the power, because he disrespecting me, on every level. And then you're killing this, so it's nicht du kan Keile du. Es meint, that the names the invincibility of them, von der Koich, and the guys from Schechten. Yeah? So hat ausgebracht, sind gegangen zu Pare, und versucht von Pare, darfst du rauslassen, because es geht the Bechorim. Got hargem the Bechorim. And he said no, because he was doing his avodah. Even though I'm tiefer. Wie viel Minna hast du, als ich bin der Power, ich darf nicht gehen, ich bin der Power. Ja? Wie viel Power, wie viel Minna? The ego gegangen tiefer, because that's his makeup. So they declared the civil war, because they knew they didn't have to go out, because they said Moshe so far gemacht good on every one of his promises. Namul, he was on the clock, and he stopped it on the clock, and it's like it makes no sense, but we have no choice. We have to believe, because because there's a big it's a 90% chance that he could deliver, because it didn't make sense to them, because their koich is very strong. But they're like, okay, spielt sich Hashem, sie haben verstanden die Sache. No, yeah, I guess they traced it. The kids is going on civil war.
Paro was a bigger man.
A bigger?
Paro, a bigger man, because
Of course, that's what we're saying. He did his avodah. Yeah, but say that. Yeah, but he did his avodah for real. So. Yes, correct. Very good. Yes, gegangen all the way. Gegangen damit all the way. But the fact that it's gegangen is man it's getting von seiner intention. Nicht am gewinnen a Bilan. Nicht gewinnen got intellect. Het verstanden. Het gehad de bittel soft nog Christians wat is ja, het is gegangen. One second. So now, wie me gehalten doen, before vrees we paar is gehalten met naar cirkel doen. Ja, so beginnen met de
so schon gesagt, so ein gewiss, sie haben schon was zu leben. Der
Hagen sei du. So yeah, so der Rebel macht zwar mit Geraim, also wird die genommen de gaat machshuva, nu gaat machshuva von magait makros on sacrificing them shepsel, the mana klippus mana tavas magait zaira with the zura, which is holding zaira with the zura is holding me hostage. The culture from the country is zaira with the zura is holding me hostage. Ich darf mithalten mit them. I have to dress like that. I have to think like that. I'm hostage by that. I can't get out. And what does it look like? Guy shechten. Okay, good. Try. Let's see how many things in your life are you able to change without, worrying about the risk of what the other got zogen, the other got zogen. Says avodah zura, no? Says lebedik. It's avodah. So, but by simply having the machshuva, am gat hargen und avodah zura, immediately am zay schon angefangen sich hargen zwischen sich.
Mishchi Keilim, sorry. So once you're making the Mashiach, habt schon was selbst zu geschehen.
Ich meine, es war eine Civil War, da muss man anfangen hargen zwischen sich. Bis zu Pare, bis zu Pare. So ich wollte bis zu Pare. Ich meine, da muss sie gewinnen, ja, der did, so haben sich gegengestellt gegen ihn, and he held him down.
Yeah.
He was powerful. Because het nicht rausgeschickt.
Shabbos Gvul, das Gemälde soll gewinnen, bei der Fight.
Ja.
Geht mehr begoren.
Gar nicht mehr begonnen steht?
Ja, weil gewinnen hat ausgeschickt alle seine Chayulas zu hagen de begoren. Wie Joyce in der Hergi, von dem Melchume Ma'asher, von Makis begoren, der Melchume gewinnt, blittert gegessen hat. Leili zies mit Reim de begoren gewinnen. Seine Soldaten, hat aufgegeben. Hat gefeit bis der letzte Minute Paar.
Oh, dann sag ich, was der begoren sind gestorben.
Was sagst du? Nein, ich hätte Shabbos gut, wenn sie haben es gehört, wenn sie haben gehört, dass es geschieht, daran protestieren die Gäste. Und er hat ausgeschickt seine Tanken. Man hat gehagert dort mit Becheuren, mehr Wiffel sind gehagert, wie man mag es Becheuren.
Wow.
Ein paar wird gehagert, das war der stickende Protest. Sie kommen leider zu mit Reim, und schon gesehen, Riegel sind so wild, aufgebrochen, der Arme in der Melech. In so einem Gewinn hat Paar gesagt, okay, also, ich gebe auf Heuzei. Gesicht Moshe war, so ausgelaufen auf der Gas.
Sie hat noch alles umgehalten.
Bis der letzte, aber nicht für Chatzos, hat noch gefragt.
Wow.
So
the clip is going also stark. In 12 was sagen, wie stark der Light ist. 12 was sagen, hat er gebrochen. Es ist gar kein Game. Really, sind fully present, presence, was sie gewähnt, Frieda so stark, business off. Melted. He had no choice. He surrendered. So when they klippe wird gehargit, when they klippe, is man, ja, gehargit, but lass mal sagen Wörter, when down belief system that you're so stuck in that you don't understand anything else, your doubts and your fears and your judgments, the way you look at things, the way you judge things and all that, to a place that you don't even know wie du bist getrapped. You don't even know wie du bist getrapped.
So besides wird so bei uns ist es Middas. In seiner Hast.
No, but I is nicht das wird so, but I is our existence. Ja, so wird so, but Seder.
Sei machen von dem Gott, bei uns von dem ist es Agulus.
Ja, but kick on the God. Nein, kick on, so was the relationship haben wir mit der Gott? Ich meine, wie sei Gott? Wie sie du sind gut, du stam es pisst. Was it man asked in clothing design? So 12 azayge chatzos is when we eat the vekamen. That's when you have to check when chatzos is. It's 12 or 1. I don't know what time it is. Then it's gas that also mitzrayim. There is a cut right there with Pari surrendered. I get it into.
So it was like into a massive light was overtake the darkness?
Yes. Not just and what is the darkness? The belief, the confusion, the belief that we live in. So I was like, no, the ganze coding again. Dam, Tzvardaya, Kinem, the Tzach, Hadash, Bacha, Matzah, Murur, Koirech, the ganze Spiel. But the intention, the avoid is to enter the space of 1 second, enter the space. You're not entering nothing. It's happening. It's happening. Drink 2 cups wine, 3 cups, there's noch 2 cups, it should be nice and almost surrendered, you know. The last cup for sure is like, that's already Kabbalah said. There's nothing to talk about. And then the zweite Nacht is the erste Cup Kabbalah said. Es hat doch schon Kabbalah said von der ersten Nacht. Before, yeah. Befragt mich kennen sich schon der erste Nacht, weißt. Gaat er spagesh, because not of a minute. That's glad must do one-sided. One-sided. Are you going to save it? You don't know what's going to be tomorrow. Meaning, even if, let's say, you save for the second side, what if it comes the first side that you just missed the entry?
Ich habe noch einmal gesagt, das ist ganz der Gewil. Was arbeitet daran in nicht Gewil. Der Wort Seder stimmt nicht mit der Wort Tatsache Geliele Kiss, stimmt nicht der Wort Seder. Seder is basically Ktuvas, Ruf Ktuvas, Seder. So the ganze Seder is the vessel for the light in the car. Das stelle ich zusammen ein bisschen. We need a Seder Nacht mit 10
very good. So they are
15 Simonen. Everything in the Seder geschieht der Atom.
Also das ist interessant, weil ich hab gesucht and you're mirroring back, but you're telling it to me the way ich hab es gehört.
Ja?
Nicht so ich hab's gesucht, so she's given the energy there, so it reflects back the andere Garig defense. Interessant. Staan we
Das ist nice. Mit mir das gesucht so auf Ktuvas, aber ich dachte, aber nicht, mir sag mal, was von Durham ist Ktuvas. Malo Mathe doch nicht kein Ktuvas. Nur jedes Stockness, jede Sache, was dann Ego will, etwas gefallen, wird schon Ktuvas, wird schon viele Malo Mathe, wieso gefällig für einen, wieso gefällig für... ist auf Ktuvas. Das ist basically irgendwie wie du wirst stuck in dein Ego. The side of the Nacht ist pink verkehrt. Du wirst in Gunisch stuck. Du wirst in Gunisch verhackt und du wirst in Gunisch... Es kommt daran als Saalleid in der Welt.
in the Gvil.
In der Gvil.
So the word is that the Gvil is pink to the start with the bleak Gvil. You understand? You hear what? You hear it? Das geht? Verstanden?
Verstanden, geht.
Okay. Du weißt man Gvil and bleak Gvil. Du weißt man Gvil and bleak Gvil. So du Azach was his Gvil, as they fired up the candle is mugbul, so wie groß the fire is. Nog more does was it's endless. It's like light, and then pointless, needless, endless light for no, just toyu. It's like, it's not toyu, but it's like, it's like nuclear, it's active, and then there's non-active, that you're not even able to, it means nothing because it's so high. And that, so Jena, in the connected to Jena light. So when the host azah bli gewil die geleid kimt an in welt and a gewil, which is limited to the length, the size from their fingers and the size from they give, and the size from down personality and all that is limited. But really, you're dealing with an unlimited light. The source is unlimited, and unlimited means not just in eiches but in kamas, Torah, and then levels of alibis and oisius and codes and timing and pleasure and asugas. That's all that is entering the give. So really, you need to, once you get out from the chomer levanim, you're not measuring the vuv ktsuvas anymore in a chomerding, in a baxi way. You're measuring your movement by how you feel. You're measuring the presence, which means that you're realizing that the body, the way you feel it, you're in a lock. You're in chomer levana, you're in cement. You're very stiff. Your will is echoed back. Imagine New York City. You have the buildings and you have the glass, and then you have block and cement and all that, and then look at Israel. Feel the vibration here. It's noisy, ma'arbet and ma'hak, and the vibration means like whatever you're bouncing off, and it's our mood, the way you act, the way you feel, the way we look. We look harsh. Verbittert and ungeliked, and in other words, if you're already in shape, then it's an intense bitterness. That is the chomer levainim. That's part. Structured in a way with the energies moving out physically, emotionally, whatever it is that's happening turns you into this. In every space and every city, there's a different type of vibe, different type of mashigas. So Pesach Nayach is where the lock is opened up. You're allowed out. You're released. You're going out of Mitzrayim. You're going out of Mitzrayim, which means that you're releasing, you're tapping into your ruach, the ruach shel Mashiach. You're tapping into the spirit. How? 4 cups of wine, 4 cups of wine, and which is also Aish, Ruach, Mayim, Ufa, the 4 elements. And Rav Nussen talks about it very strongly about the 4 elements. Ausreining in the 4 elements, which is the Aish and the Riach, the Mayim, the Ufa, and Demetz Kamanang, and into what Sharif this you saw he's talking about entering the space, the tzaddik. You're entering into your tzaddik. And based on your level of tzidkes, that's how low you can go to save yourself. Okay?
So Mitzrayim is basically gvil beklippe. The gvil was blakt dich echt. And guess what? Mitzrayim is that as gvil is not more a black. Es ist a gvil, aber es ist nicht ganz still.
Based on what he's gesucht, is du malen und mal Seder in de Bliegwil. Jetzt macht man a Seder.
Zeranemen.
Sie hoben doing they will darf man es normal so sagen. We can't live in
zum Beispiel
Bliegwil.
Yes. Das machen wir full integration wieder.
Ja. Yeah, everybody, a few deep breaths in. Sit back, relax. Relax the chest, the solar plexus, open up. Take a deep breath in. Utamaran, connect. Connect. So that's, take a deep breath in. Shabbos HaGudel, it's Shabbos HaGudel. 4 cups, I don't know the middle, the elements, working on the core, changing the element. That's a deep level. That's a deep avodah. I'm not talking here about midas. You're talking here about deep the core, changing the receptor. Yeah, somebody is there, changing the receptor. That's the 4 cups. Yeah, Nachman indicates to. I mean, Muslim indicates to that. That's the 4 cups because it talks about the 4 cups. And you have to understand that Pare is the Tan and Agudel, which means that it is the Nachal Pisha and Nachtzimah. That's to do the 4 Nechulim was Kimmel Rosfen, Bonur Yotzim Aiden. So it's a very teilt in 4 Shulam. So it's a teilt in 4, and Pare sits by the größe Schüssel. And everything filters through him. Everything filters through him. The Vuf Ketsuva is 6 corners. This is the new, it's like a new way of how you want to drive this. Imagine you're driving, you're playing a game, driving a plane. It's like you're moving a bit. Is het maar doen het zo van. Dat is waar ik ben dat altijd weg. Yeah, Chelena said from Nana from Mamurim that, so it's very interesting. Also, Zerangi came with Pesach. You know, it's Zerangi came with the Vuf Ketzuvas. The Kara, the Midas. So Pesach, so now you have the matzah. The matzah is a minna. Minna is, the matzah activates something very strong. It activates the minna within us, the inner child. A child, a kind at a minute, he's fully present. So you have the inner child. Frag de kashes, manashtana. What? Yeah.
So what I asked before about the kids. So the Seder is about the kids, or about yourself, or you channeling for your kids.
It's everything. It's about you. It's about your kids. It's really about the kids. It's Manashtana, it's Kadesh, it's about the kids. And it's the kid within us.
So what message do you try to convey to the kids?
I think the best message to convey to the kids is to let them be kids, and they haben the message. They're gonna show you where you need to be.
Weil sie sind mehr in der Minne wie
Oh,
uns. So, ja.
And they're also
Zij
not,
nemen mich heran in de gitterplaats.
and they're not abused
They're
yet.
gonna trigger you in the
They're
right
not,
place.
they're not
Yeah.
abused yet. They're not abused yet. They're not traumatized yet, so they can still imagine in a way that you can't imagine. You less, the older generation even less. But this is the Mashiach there. They can imagine.
Ik versta.
So let them be who they need to be, and they're gonna show you.
staan hoor. Staat de kana ben shoyo. Zet een kleine oisjes, kili instruction was te teen, aber tzadikim zoeken. Dat de kind fragt echt, het kind uit van zijn gezindheid, van de minne die Engel hat. Dus brengt hem te fragen, sie gescheht kana ben shoyo. Das ist der Rule, wo du darfst jetzt stehen. Wenn seht dir alle Sachen, habt ihr gleich Mann stand, was gescheht. Das ist lebt im Present.
1 second, I'm distracted. Moshe,
Ah.
the mic, darf sein ungesehen, oder sicher das so? Sie waren, ja? Okay, repeat.
Kana ben shoyo normal, sieht es so wie die kleine Häuschen zwischen den Stückchen, wo der Gute so gut mit Tit jetzt.
Yes.
Also die können sagen, als Kana ben shoyo ist eine Sache, was sie gescheht.
Mm. Wow.
Jetzt höre ich, also du sagst das. Sei machen jetzt der Peis, aber nein.
Yes.
Sei bringen jetzt an seinen reinen Platz. Sei fragen, sei weiß mir, sei mir fragen.
Nein, maar du zoekst dich etwas noch anders, du zoekst dich etwas noch tiefer. Als Kana ben Shoel is that du fragt the kind to the Tati Manishtana. And this is another secret code, it's another code of how we communicate with the Tata.
Ich verstehe für seine Schale, weil er hat rausgebracht, wie tight in sind wir der Seite. Ja, wieso bringe ich die Kinder an der Seite noch? Lass ihm seine Present. Hat er dich heranbringen.
Ja, will trinken also, gießt aus,
Ja,
gießt nicht
sie
aus,
sind also-
sitzen dort und gaat grasen. Just let it happen. Just let it happen.
Ja.
Drink a glazel wine, the Vab also has to drink a glazel wine, and let Sachen sagen, wie sie das ist, aside. It's organized chaos. 4 cups wine, I mean, you're asking for trouble, right? But Baruch Hashem, it's not. Das ist doch the energy von der Nacht. Es ist der Rebbe mit seiner Geboren, man merkt es ist Baruch Hashem, der trinkt. The matzah takes you down, it's a process, and the manashtan, I want to go there for a minute. The manashtan is Kana ben Shoel, du fragt the kind, in them of the kind, and we're looking at our father, like manashtan Allah Azeh was God before. But really, the manashtana is, we're not asking was God before. Manashtana is, they questions triggering schon, as it will come on the positive. Right? I keep going to the Rashi was God before, delete. But it was important to say, because you have to bring it down. Yeah, there was a cheshbon there in the structure, because I'm not feeling the connection, Manishtana. What are you talking about? Tati, Zin, and whatever. Even if life is good, I'm not connected. I don't know what you're talking about. But Manishtana, I'm asking about my life. Was God before? And all of, so my freak the 4 kashas, Manishtana, Lailas, Lailas. We're just having a conversation with the father, with the Tata. Was is Nacht anders? Van een ganze Nacht. And the Tata automatically get Geila. The fragst in the kashes and I get the tzrik the Geila. So when you're triggering, it's a very high, you know what? Says was I merat ja kenig. In zeme de Chavudim, waschen ze merat, waschen ze medavend. So my bet also, my weint, my schreit, my kimt daran, it's bluttigt, you know. It's like, we kimmst daran an the bet no so, it's just them to get my fella.
Slavery.
Right, we're slaves. And the Aguda tells us where, the Aguda tells us, we zoy meret met amelech, Maarstein Allah, yeah, was it in the kasha, Shabbat Allah, Chumetz and Matzah. Okay, good. Let's go through the kashas. Is the chumetz hamatzah there's the kasha?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so chumetz hamatzah is a ganz yur esach chumetz and hat nach esach nor matzah. And we said before, who's the chumetz did? The chumetz blows the chun. It opens up your ego. So when you're saying hat nach esach nor matzah, you're automatically triggering, boom, the consciousness of matzah, which is nishdukan, nicht ungeblust, nishdukan ego.
Wow. Again, was presented for a kind. Once ze zegt kille matzo, fragt de glach auf de Schenien. Was geschieht? Wie ze arbeitet es?
What's that? Well, you can let him come in. It's okay. Sie gets his tinkle. If he come, nobody's looking. Come, he's just sitting in the back.
Kasha.
Yeah.
Kasha is nicht kein.
What's that?
Kasha nicht kein kasha. Just the side.
Yes, the kasha is a password. It's a code.
It's just the side of the meretzi akenig.
Says
It's a formality.
yeah.
Bringt er aus der Terrace.
Yeah. Okay. That's what it says, no? Okay, next to kasha.
No, well.
Where are you guys from?
Farbreng, Muncie, Jersey.
Oh, first time? I'm not sure who I see.
I've met you in the past.
Yes, okay.
No, first time for the two of them. These are my friends.
Got it. We're in the shear, you saying?
No, I went to the
Got it,
one
okay.
of the breathwork.
Okay, fine.
And you know my husband.
Yeah, okay, relation, okay. Fine. So, next to kasha.
Shal Yerukas and Muru.
Shor Yerukas in Mutter, yeah. So once again, the Mutter is triggering the Mutter activates something that we said before, something within us. In the Madara Gegangen Mutter, it says bitte, Mitzrayim, whatever that meant. One second, you asked before if we're going out, what happens after, right? You got Mitzrayim. Ab the Shoroz Gegangen from Mitzrayim, what was it do, yeah?
Der Para.
Chenish?
Bringt er Paras Magagen, so der is Para.
Oh, okay. So Paats Magan weer is Pari. Een andere jokel, no?
Oder selbe Juk mit der andere Kleid, so beschwiegen.
No, now it's a country. It's powers.
No, meaning
It's collective powers. The power has been split up. So it's different power. But is there the guy? Probably.
No,
They have a system. Yeah.
But the clipper was Machnia all the way. Then, what's geblieben?
If it wasn't, or if it was?
It was.
No. But there, yeah, chronicle. We have to go through the process 4 times to get to get a proper cleansing. If you want to say I should have my over 4 times, we then drink 4 cups van. That's the four elements we said. Then that's the whatever it is on every level. So what represents the klippenat? A country's culture, and all that. It doesn't have that power anymore. So it's still distinct, but it's still a distraction. You don't know any better. This is the reality. This is the fish thing that we live in. That's the movie that we watch. That's the movie that the movies that you put something on somebody for many years that he watches something, and then that's all he can see. That's where it's at. It's in the vibration. It's on every level, which means that you can send out a thought, and that should bring back a positive thought. But we're so deeply corrupted, almost to the bone, that there can be a positive enough flash to make a yichud, to make a contact with, because all you need is 1 second, one ray of hope, one ray of light to connect to a positive thought. If you come from a real place and you connect automatically, you activate the Eze Connect, you activate the incoming, right? Because every action has a reaction. If I push, I get pushed back. Every action has a reaction. Every active thought has a reactive thought. So certain times of the year, we enter a space that we can send out a signal from such a powerful place that is the Yechidische Benefesh. It is who we really are. And that happens Pesach Nacht.
So was geschieht zu der Kind, wenn seht, dass Leila ist Keilim Peh?
So,
Ist weg auf Affair?
Keilim, let's see, where it goes. Keilim Peh means that there is something inside of you that is, where can you find the Mutter within you? Wie kannst du treffen the Bitterkeit, the bitterness, that it's bitter? Whatever it is, addiction, food, marriage, relationship. Wie bist du verbittert? Where do you feel small? Where do you feel like a victim? Where do you feel that you're not, or that or that you're searching? So it doesn't have to be, the newer generation doesn't have to be so murderdig. The murder is that, what am I activated here? What am I activating here? What am I searching for? What do I want? Who am I? Ayeka. Who am I is a powerful question. Who am I? It's so powerful that it's right in front of your face and you can't see it. Okay, who am I? Big deal. Who am I is an echo. It's a vibration that when we ate from the Eitz Hadas, and Hashem came into Gan Eden, he's like Ayeka. And that voice is forever, and that is right. It's like this. It goes like a slinky from all the way up. So Mitzrayim, going out of Mitzrayim, Pesach, Beis Hamikdash, Mishkan, Midbar, all that is happening. All that is happening, and it's just stretched out to the place where it's taken so much time to get it. To the place where Malchus goes from a light, that it's clear, and it expands and expands and expands. So why do I say expand? Maybe it shrinks. Probably the other way. So you have from Biberhalten, seeing it clear. Where was I? Ayako. Yeah, deep breath, everybody. Take a deep breath. What?
So you're saying there's no resistance on Pesach?
So Pesach Nacht, you can so you are we're corrupted. The message. So Pesach Nacht, I said this already. I was already somewhere else. So so Pesach Nacht, you can actually send out an active signal of Ayaka, who you are. Who you are is going to take you back to. It should take you back to who you are. Who am I? It's not an explanation. It's not an image. It's just a feeling. It's a presence. It's a presence that is the Yechidische Benefesh. That is the essence of your soul, of your nefesh. You don't feel it. It's not a feeling. It's just a presence. It's a presence. And what's the point if I connect to a presence if I don't feel it and if I don't have it? Because you're making a yichid from such a high place that you're planting a seed from such a high place that then that will have enough power to wash out and do kriyas yamsov all the way down to your deepest fears and doubts.
Keilim Peh is reading a tefillah.
1 second. So the whole year you do something, you do a deed, but the power of it is not. It doesn't come from such a deep place because we're limited to what we can access. Pesach, we're going all the way to the Yechidische Benefesh, all the way to my essence where I surrender that I don't need to understand, I don't need to feel, I don't need to be in a certain space. I just am. I'm doing, right? So you go into that place, and from that place, that's where you make that yichud with the 4 cups of wine and the matzah. You make that yichud from a place of Yechidische Benefesh, and mostly it's, you have to visualize it before. You can't walk into the Seder and expect. Think about it for the next few days. Process it. When you have a minute, what does my Seder look like? What does my Seder look like? And then as you plan it, the night, the day, you're gonna catch yourself at certain moments when you're losing track or getting nervous or something. That's like, what am I supposed to be doing now? I'm actually in a prayer. I'm preparing for something. There's a preparation. And the whole cleaning for Pesach and the whole taking out the chametz, it's not just the cleaning, that's the energy before Pesach. That's the energy. It's noisy, it's loud, it's intense. There's something happening. The klippa is stirring up my doubts, my fears, and it's before Yom Tov, I don't have enough money, I need more clothing, I do need, I'm going to eat here, I'm going to eat there. There's all these, the energies are showing up with the limited Keilim that we have. Or, thank God, that's the biggest problem we're dealing with. We're not dealing with, the Purit's got Kimon and he's going to throw the kids out because we didn't pay the rent. It's different. It's a different level of a haktkeit. It's very simple. So, making the yichud from that place, so then when you enter back, when you come back in, you start seeing you're more in ruach, you're more in spirit than in the physical and the chomer levanim, and you're able to move the shishik tzavos, the 6 sides, which is chesed, gvur, tiferes, netzach. You're able to move through my emotions, which means that I'm not carrying that heavy load as I work my way through the process of my avodah, my work here in Welt. I'm not carrying 1,000 pounds. Chomer levanim. Pata used to listen to this, yeah. He used to come out with a bucket, with a shovel himself, and he worked with the guys. He encouraged them, magarbet, and however bricks or blocks they were able to do, he's like, now this is your quota for the rest of your existing life. What does that mean? What does it look like? That looks like to us where you're taking on certain fears and certain judgments. He's like, you're going to carry that load for the rest of your life. What does he gain from it? Because it's like a fuel. It's like some machines need gas, some machines like sugar, some machines need water. This machine generates energy through that way, which means that Zeir Ampun Yisrael, which is locked up in the kippah, the iron dome. It's locked up under the flame, the candle, the fire is there, and it's the cap is put in it, and which means that every breath and any thought that you're taking or whatever you're doing, it's going through a filtration system of pare. You haven't had every thought that you have is like breathing through. You haven't taken a deep breath any time ever. We are slowly. Since COVID, we're already starting to breathe. Definitely. But the klippa is it's like fighting back, it's like mitamul, there's again this craziness of abundance, and then it's like, what gets it? It confuses people. So, Bekitzer Amas, what's the dritte kasha? So the mutter is going to wake up your bitterness or your question, who am I? Yeah, that's where it is. Ayaka, who am I? That's bitter. I still haven't figured out who I am. Like, where do I go with this? Who am I? Wie voerig them and then? What's the, it's like such a klutz kasha, and it's like, if I figure out who am I, that's when I'll be where I want to be. I figured it out. Yeah, you'll be where you want to be. You figured it out. But who am I is only going to activate your core. You still have to do the work and spread this up to the moichen, your thought process, and then into your midas, your feelings. Actually, your feelings. That's the tough job. The tzaddikim don't have this tough job. They have a different job. They don't have to bring it into the feelings. Their feelings are different feelings. His feeling is to sit all day and learn another Blav Gemura and make another yichud and tefillah. I'm talking about the real tzaddikim. They're all tzaddikim, but I'm talking about the high level tzaddikim. So they are the work. So they have a moment on Pesach, and from that moment they continue to sit. They sit in Maharvit, and it's easy. So there's a chanal, and Ish doesn't come flash out, or he's gonna see the food in front of him. He's not gonna eat it right away. He'll wait 10 minutes. It's fine. But to have a moment and then come back into your struggle, and now I have to integrate that, and it's like, really, did I really have an experience? What was the whole point? And now we're so advanced, that like, what's the little point in going into it when I know what I'm going to come out of the other end again and deal with the same thing, right? That's the work. And you're a fighter, you're a soldier. How do you know? Because you are in the front lines. So clearly, you're a fighter. You wouldn't be in the front lines if you weren't a fighter. You would be busy, doing something else. doing something else. But instead, you're fighting. You want to understand. You want to feel. You want to know. So yeah. So Pesach is where we enter that place of Mutter. Further kasha is.
Der dritte is einen mit Bilen.
I think the zweite is Mutter.
Yeah. And now the third is einen mit Bilen Philipp Amechas. Halala ze shtayt.
I'm not being Philip Hamegas. A lot of that type of what? Yep. Thank you. Yes. No, was it the kasha?
Der Ribi Twilas macht well, das macht man auch so eisig von mit Bilen.
Okay, dan was we wisselen met beelden. We stikken met iemand beelden. I don't know if you're Philip Hamach, Salala Zesh type om, I think dan zweimal. So we got the motor. Einmal Karpers and Salzwasser. Okay, einmal this is that. Okay, einmal Karpers and Salzwasser, and einmal motor in Charosis, which means that very nice. Konikal Salzwasser is Bris Kodesh, is the what's the result? Kodesh. No, was the position?
Bris Melech Oilem.
Bris Melech Oilem.
Yeah.
Bris Melech Oilem. En nog dan was de moeder in Charosis is wow. De moeder in Charosis is the Inzer moeder. En we denken dus aan een Charosis als men zoekt als in het verstaan is a process. We're not taking it personal. This is the apples, this is the van, Chakal Tapuchin, and the van, which is Yain, which Nus look Shivim, Yain is Shivim, which is the Shivim Imas, Malay Torah, the Yain is activated as the Shivim Imas, which means that you can already take charge of the Midas. So,
even tit. We are
yes.
not afraid, answering the more in the tit.
In the tit, like on the face, and the Zooks, listen, Tata, and some of this, no, we're here with you, we got you, let's do this. Yeah, it is down, wake him up. Ja.
Is schon da.
Ja, verstaat zich. Hoeveel doen we op Zoom? Yeah, that was coming. Right.
Maybe the whole Umgezogen we've had before Pesach is that we know that something is going to happen, but we don't know how we're going to integrate it after Pesach.
I'm saying, okay, so good. So now that's what you're doing this for. So you're not afraid. So you know what's coming. You know what you need to integrate. Yeah.
Jetzt versteht besser die zweite Kasche. So wird gelernt in der Agude de Vrion. Aber der Kind windet sich. Wieso kennt fragt es auf der Weg? Alleila sei Kilemur, im so lang kommt zu sagen, gibt der Platz. Doch die Matbilen versteht man nicht. Aber Pesach auf der Nacht Kilemur triggert nicht. Sie sehen nicht aus Mensch als Alleila sei Kilemur. Das fragt er. Wieso kann sein, als Alleila sei, so sagt größere Nacht, als Kilemur legt uns nicht weg. Wird nicht aus Mensch von Kilemur.
Right.
Das fragt er.
Yeah, and
That's what he's saying. The Matbilen is...
yeah, and on the contrary, Kilemur, Allah is a Kilemur is? Aber Allah is a
Da
Kilemur?
gut suchen sie, als allein hat kein Mensch gesagt Kilemur. In seiner Nisse hat nicht gesagt Kilemur. Alle seine bei ihrem ist ein Masbus meint Kilemur. Weil Pesach auf der Nacht ist Kilemur auch nicht kein...
Nou, we zullen als pink verkeerd. The Kilemur is triggering the Kilo Yamina.
Ah.
Yeah. The further kasha is...
Masibim.
Mm.
Allein ist Kiloni Masibim.
Wat moet ik voor? Ja. Wow. Dus de ganze kasha. The further kasha is... So we gaan dat is...
Bein Yeshvin, Bein Masibim.
Bein Yeshvin, Masibim.
Like...
So genannt Halayla Zeh Kaluna Mesibin. Kaluna Mesibin. So, I mean, the simple answer is, we got that on the process. I like to fill up.
Sinan? Mesibin is Sinan?
Finish?
Mesibin meint Sinan?
Missa?
Mesibin.
Mind?
Ich leg mich herup. Sinan.
No.
Yes,
Yes, this, but deeper than that is, Mesibin is activates, it's a certain process. You got to from Chomer, you're going into Ruach. Gast dan aan de kavune van de zaak. Gast dan aan de matzah. De matzah is Chita. Chita is 22 alabas, 22 oisias, which is when, the kind fahrens became terug in de wereld, is je gaat dan aan de neshomas en incubated. Ons aan zitzigrat naar rutzik in de wereld. To prepare. An animal is an incubated. Da wissen gaat terug aan de safari, we zeggen dus twee. Dat moet zigraten van them. Wissen we zo. Want het zijn nog zilder vrek de kasje. Als de Chai is geboren, wieso weißt du nicht daran zu laufen am Feuer? Wieso weißt du wegzulaufen von der Wasser? Wo sucht er? Er jetzt geboren. Wie hat der Intellekt? Jetzt habe Heimen. Er hat nicht kein Intellekt. Das ist auch heilig von seinem Programm. Also wie ein Kind weint, wenn will ist. Das ist auch heilig von seinem Programm. Wat hem geprogrammed. Aber ein Kind ist auch ein Udam, ein Mensch, ein Aid, was lernt der Alphabet, geht dann an Inkubator, wenn wir lernen die ganze Torah, wo ist die ganze Torah? Wir lernen mit dem der Alphabet. Alles ist doch Alphabet, die ganze Torah ist aber, als er Zirif, als er Weg, es kommt aus, als er Parzif, als man combined, kommt aus, als er Mishnah, 100 Mishnahs, 1000 Mishnahs, whatever it is. So man lernt aus die ganze Torah, die Chachmas Torah, lernt man aus für ein Kind. Jetzt, ein Kind kann doch schon fangen reden, fahre erst Matze, fahre erst Gitta, dugan. So wenn man erst die Gitta, ist man ins de Kanschöre Laben, jetzt fragt mit er kann noch nicht reden, hat mit ihm fangen reden, der Mann sich mit ihm aufgeweckt, was liegt schon an sein Nefisch. Er hat aufgeweckt, was liegt an sein Nefisch, man weckt auf wie der Tate sucht, der Kind, wenn ein Kind sagt, der Tate der Mama läuft er. Ich weiß nicht, läuft zu seiner Tate, wo es der meint, weil ein Juri Kind weiß, was Mami meint. Ich hab nicht, weiß aber das ist Gott. Es soll für Tati. Sucht Tati, without any explanation. Und wenn sucht der Tati, bekommt was will. So dasselbe sagt, weiß ich, danach sind wir so wie kleine Babys, kleine Kinder. Man weckt sich auf, man hat dann mal gegessen, die Dugan, die Gita. So activiert die 22 Oisies von der Alabes. En van jener plaats vregen met de kastjes. Het is nog een vregen de kastjes. Van jener plaats receiven we exactly. Maar van jener plaats lijkt me zich erop. Maar lijkt zich erop met Sibben en you're going into the process. Maar niet ongeland om de Joodse gewinnen. It's serious stuff. I saw it in the Manal. It's like not just the ongeland, It's like dat was aan een geheerige matze, dat was aan ongeland.
Majority in the shirts now.
What's that?
Majority in the shirts now.
Geen is de?
Majority in the shirts now.
Maar dat, oké, ze doen levels of ongeland. We kennen met akischen, ze ook het, ze giet, ze beseden, maar ze dan zijn ongeland. Dat we kennen, ze is limited in space. But at least there has to be some sort of chayres and ongeland so you can connect to this, to whatever it is that we're connecting to.
Ben je front van haar rabbi doet?
Front van haar rabbi toen we ze geschoen
because this is the reason because it's go through him.
Yeah. That or the moire rabach, the respect for them is equivalent to the so you're anyways tapping into it through their way. And for the rabbi, prava nish kan chayres doen. Dus prava bittel. So the further kash is by Mesibin. I mean, it's a powerful one. The Mesibin is a powerful one. Malak tzicharub. When you're going for a breathing or a process, Malak tzicharub. You lay down.
What's that process?
What's that? The Seder?
The further kash? The Mesibin.
No.
You came to Mesibin, is that process?
By Malan tzicharub. that's when you're entering the process.
No,
No, that's when you're receiving all the codes. That's how it's received. You like the erst the matzah, so you received the nicht the umgezogen. You have to be in chayres, and this is how you relax your body into it, and I guess that's how you receive the brachos. That's how you make the sichud. When the guys to machen a yichud, okay, there's a specific way how you enter into the space.
This is the code of the man.
Also machst du der yichud. Kimmer schon du umgezogen, zwei Gläser waren, relax. Gegeben wurde so, dass man gesagt, we had some there was a foreplay, man sich anerkannt, and we got to know each other, Psika de Zimmer, and now we're entering into the yichud of Kitche Berichi Eschente, Klal Yisrael. And it's not a yichud, it's a yichud that is happening at that moment. We're not celebrating something. It's we're going into us to the chasana. That's it. There's a yichud from that place, and the yichud is always there, because since you can't over in the usit, since you can't past and future and over. The vufkat sovas mukim iti since you right, left, center. In Atzilus it's one. It's alucha. It's moved by energy from Mishnah and different body parts, different sections of Torah. That's how he moves up there. That's how you connect to Atzilus. So, wie wir gehen.
Aber viele, wie sie erfragt das, ist auch so eine Sache, weil das ist Menschen, die erste Mal, dass sie bei Brüder leicht dich auf. Nein, sie können sich schon ablegen.
Right.
Nicht ready für Chayres, nicht ready für Messiv.
Correct.
Es ist Taka-Process.
Correct.
Sie sich zu lassen, auslösen.
Yeah. I wanted to go back to the point. Wie wir gehalten, sie können eigentlich den Kindern dat bevor noch etwas aanbaan. Okay. So, Messibben, bam. So, we laten ze gewoon, dit is gewoon ongeland.
Das ist doch gesagt für den Maral, das ist Markev.
Right. No, but you help more than. Okay, but Seder.
Yeah.
You now understand better. Pesach is not a celebration.
Yes, very
Meaning
good.
Sikkas is Sikkas you celebrate going on.
Yes, so there's no over, there's no wizard. Thank you. It's the second time this is just from a time before. So the yichud is happening. It's in Jukan over, it's in Jukan usid. There's no past, no future. There's only the present moment. Only in Malchus, we start off with this before, didn't finish it. In Malchus is where it goes, like the slinky. We're at the bottom of the slinky. We're in the physical. What we're looking to do is to connect to the source, to connect to our higher self. We want to We want to connect to the Yitzias Mitzrayim that's happening right now. It's happening. In consciousness, we're moving around right now, perfect in the 5th Tatuk from Chodesh Nisan, Chodesh Uviv. As the Osklin of the house from Chumans, you're going to bring in the matzah, and we're going to click back into Yitzias Mitzrayim. So it's happening on every level. It's happening right now. We want to also clean with this connection, clean the ego, so we don't need so much space and time to process. We can be more connected to to the present moment. So this yichud, flash of Moichen de Abba was God Geshem Pesach Nacht is happening. It's just now we're aligning to it and we want to connect to it, to the yichud, that timeless moment, connecting to that. How? Matzah, Mutter, Kara, Arba Koises, and Mesib. That's how you enter the space.
Kind of makes more sense now to me.
Which one?
Why we have the card, because it's not a celebration of
Yes.
Mitzrayim, it's actual thing
But
that's happening.
I ga stop short from zooming as Sikkis is your celebration, because I'm sure when we're going to get to Sikkis, we're also getting into the moment that's happening right now. It's not a celebration. Sikkis is when we're Sikkis is the seed was pflanzt da jetzt Pesach, wird geboren Sikkis.
Yeah, but Sikkas guys
Da gehst du an the incubator, right?
But Sikkis
If you
guys
like you're being moved in the Sikkah, the Schach, you're being moved in the Makif from the Binna, and the mama gives birth, which is bina. Maki from the bina, you're giving birth to what was planted on Sikkos, on Pesach.
Sikkos, you
Should have
go
covered
into the
Sikkos
Sikkah.
over this. Always geshakal the skin. Okay, yeah.
Sikkos guys then on the Sikkah because the Yidden was then on a kov.
Zeichel an Akel. Kennst du auch, dass es Zeichel ist mit zwei? If it's a Zeichel.
What?
Which part? That's the car.
The Seder and the whole thing is not...
Yeah. Just okay.
Bekitzer, so it's happening right now. That's the moment we want to tap into. And Shvias is also happening right now. Matan Torah is happening right now. Har Sinai, Lichas, a different angle. The tzaddikim live in these tunnels all year. At der Pteran Tu B'Shvat trefft sich mit dem Mol in Pesach, kannst treffen a Stickel in dem Cipher, hat mit dem Mol von Pesach, wie sie rankommen in Pesach ist, und hat von Pieren. What do you think is going on? They were talking very present. Them was geprasst Pieren.
Ich steht, sag mal, ich hätte gesagt.
Yeah,
Mit einer Mama, wir beginnen Pesach. What?
Ja.
Wow.
Getroffen a Pesach, in Pesach. Getroffen a Tieren an Pesach, and he's sharing it with you immediately.
Again, Hanukkah says that the Shona Abu called him. Only because the next year they saw that the oils came down, they made it as a Yom Tov. So, and celebrate no Sachen was geschehen in the present. Aber Hanukkah macht man am Neue fahren.
So bekommen die Ragun, also es kommt jetzt.
No, it's auch a, wenn man sind am Neue, it's a celebration to the
Nice.
Nes. Pesach, hast du nicht the
I like it because he's so in Pesach now, so Pesach is not Zeichel, so Pesach is.
Yeah, of course. That's
She's
the No, but that's the Avodah. That's the Avodah, to be fully using that and bouncing off that one, that Yom Tov, into getting into a deeper presence with where you're at right now. That's exactly the Avodah. And das ist in alles Forum, wie sie sagen, der Yom Tov is the größte Yom, der Woche the größte Woche. Yeah, that's right. It is. Yes, true. That's the aanschouder was het I agree, yes. But hold on, all of them will disconnect. If the more, that's why Tzaddik is Madag the Chilta Asara, because by him, even the small one, he's so present that even a small Avada is also going to disconnect him. Because the slightest block in his, the way he receives the light, it's a block, because he's clear, and a klein Avada opens up that block. He sees it immediately. Well, lebt van de andere zaad. So, maar ik cover de kasje, dus wie me geen water door de kade. What's nog? Wie nog in voelen hebben? Ja, so ik wil. I just want to say before ik gezoek de zaten met alle zaken met de middels. I could be I was this that, but I think they're accurate, but irrelevant. It wasn't the point. The point is that I'm working now on the Vuf Ktuvas, which is a very powerful tool on. It's a revelation of how to move around. How am I moving in this world? How am I moving in my koyach, in my nefesh, in my energy? How do I move? So that is moving with my emotions. I go forward with my emotions. I move forward when I'm interferes, when I'm present. How do I move up? How do I move down? Netzachoid, Kabbalah Seil. That's how I move up and down. Because if you want to enter into a higher space, you have to go into a. If you're going into a higher space of unknown, you have to go into a place within you of unknown. And how are you an unknown within your space when you don't ask any questions? I'm doing Kabbalah Seil. I don't understand. It doesn't make sense. That's how you enter. That's how you go up. Yeah.
Ik wilde een beetje was daran bringen en pusht op de maskel begnis im sein schwach. We triggeren met hem dat heen. Ik heb dan als hoger naar de maskel begnis.
Give me the content. The content.
Het geloof dat we zo we zijn, niet?
Ja.
Zo kunnen we namelijk naar we dus. Ik moet ook graag Schmiel kriegen sich, und nehmen nur wie beide. Einer sucht das, ob da wir das aber sein über mit zwei. Und einer sucht das Tere Chavi Avrom genau wie das. Und darf beide da machen. Ich darf nun halt mit Gnes und sie kommen zu zu der Gelo, zu Gol Israel, halb sich mit Abu Damini, mit Tere Chavi Avrom. Und man nimmt noch Rav und Schmiel. Beide Gnes. Sei Terach gewinnt in so Seide, sei mit zwei hat man gedient gewesen.
I don't know, I feel like als gaan aanvullen de kashas is like very, it's a typical question. So I like typical means like ik kan zoeken anything. I'm not, so I can try to answer. Well, was dat ook een maskable gnai?
Gnes im sein beschwach.
No, so that's the seder of building up the ego. That's the seder of getting the ego present. Over the way the zura. It wakes you up to the reality.
Ist auch, ist nicht betam.
No. Yeah, so the ene was
Ich
the
kann wahrscheinlich, ich glaube, eigentlich von Terach.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. Okay, no. Ich weiß nicht.
Ich spiele mit, nein, das ist doch echt zu sagen, bei Mitzrayim ist man auch gewinnt, aber da wird so, nicht jetzt nicht verstehen kann gehen.
So I'm gonna over and there's a, I don't know, I can't but that's zurück mit dem Sekund. Because it's, yeah. I mean, I can verantworten psychologically, but zichtig, psychological, zichtig, the purpose of it. And,
Yeah.
well, the question is, okay, so let's go there for a second. The question is, Avrum zoekt voor Yitzchak, en zoekt hem Guy, Avrum voor lezen, Guy nemen zich al van zien van man zien. Nicht von dort, nicht von dort, und geht zu Terech, you know, also ganz sie, wird geschickt zu Terech.
Ja.
Geschickt zu Terech. Geht zu Mann, der Vater ist, nicht mehr genau, Vater ist Terech in Loven. Wo ist der größte Jiches von dem Terech in Loven? Also man sucht immer nicht durch Gelila, das uphiet nicht zu gehen, dort geht zu dem Terech und dem Loven, dort ein Besiel, dort ist die treffende Sache. Von dort will
Der
ich.
Kachli ist will ich nicht mehr schon.
Okay, so it's nicht mal ein Kasha, das ist ein Reflekt an von meinem Spielen. So the answer is that there is something in there, in jena DNA, was ins darf man hoben, was ich, Avrum hat gesehen, als in order zu dadurch an dem Gut, das darf man dem combination. Man darf das in der DNA nicht, ob man sich kann surviven. Man gedacht von dem Loven ein bisschen, was sie können es machen, du mit einmal größere Developers und jeder fuhrt darin. Business. Noch ein bisschen von man darf dem loven. Und wenn wir stammen gewesen mit Yankov Alliance DNA, I mean, it would have been ishtam, pretty intense. And
Das hat ein Gesetz in Welt, Yoshe Rulen.
they think what we can survive as a matzav. I mean, dann wir gerne so, in weiß man alles is the purpose of the Geila, is a hunter, the Rebbe's Yemalidis, and they went all for the Geila. In it, Yisrael Amet was founded. Like, if it was nothing of Luvan, do you think the Medina would geworden gegründet? Wenn du hast die Mamisch nur mit Jakob ist dann, was wohl die Geila geschehen? Es darf doch geschehen an a Sami-Weg. Und jede Sache, was hat sich die Mashiach kommt in the most twisted way, that looks like the größte Klippe. Yehida and Tumar and
Zusi David Avdi.
Susse David Avdi, David Amelech, jede Sache, was hat sich die Mashiach kommt sehr vernebelt. So we're talking here about Yankov Ishtam, and without Luvan and without Terech, what man gesetzen in...
Was gesagt für Apiram, der Tzadikim von der 13. Avenue, sag er bringen die Gele.
I want to just say, what I was going to say, without, I want to finish it, so it doesn't... Without Terech or the Luvan, no with Yankov, what man gedacht ganz Hazal level, to the point where literally, ad the Steistof einzifri and the Ziz, the Besamigdash Shel Aish. That's how deep we would have to go with Ishtam. But with Luvan, bringt man es ran in Welt, you know, and mit Terech, man bringt es ran in Welt. En dus willen dich, het geweld, weil da habst du geweld dieren betachtanen, man will dat dieren doen in Welt. How's the Ireland feeling? Wie halt man? Wow, man, is that? Yeah. There's a lot to process, you telling me? I mean, I also have to process it.
So wo de meaning is. So kids me eigentlich schon der Mann staan is gaat maar zoeken is wo de meaning is en de grond is jetzt en zijn wij jeder gaat daar was hij gaat daar. En we gaan door, I guess, alle
Mhm.
zaken. En dan komt men ziet, ze gillen, I guess.
Das ist ein Abgewickelt. Du denkst
Das ist der gemeinte Song, aber wir gehen daran, die Abu Mine Parliament tonight.
Ja.
Ich rede nicht,
Das
dass
ist
ich
doch-
bin geneigt und also wir würden so die Arbeit mit der ganze.
Das-
Wir
das ist
gehen
leid.
daran, ja, wir gehen daran.
Is it comfortable?
Kilo macht da breathing in the.
Yeah,
We
that's
gaan daran.
that's the
Going
charos.
into it.
That's the
Sit in.
stijp om. Want gelukt is. That's the matbilum stijp om. De karpas en de zal moeder charos is. Dat men neemt de moeder en nemen het de ganze bitterkeit and we take it with met dat blinken van ooit. Was ik verstaat. Het is dat maat zo doen. We're doing a job, nothing personal. Somewhere a minute in effort of the skin, effort of the imaginative mind. Dat- Als ik van doet het in a job, en doet ze whatever plaats ik ben, I'm here
Yes,
to
sir.
bring.
Aber wo wir gesagt von jetzt zurück? Ich gehe bohren Klalis Ruhl von einer Meidl von dort. Ich gehe jetzt zunehmen zu bohren Klalis Ruhl. Ich bin in einer Jank mit 12 Schuten. Ich will eine Meidl von Bessiel, ich will von Löwen.
What's a little bit the point van Oostlassen parts van de Maas? Hoe is het gehad? De last hebben tegen.
Okay, this is the answer was mit alle Jungen für die Geide. Also,
Nein, because.
aber schwer, ich nehme aber Meidl und hat allemal der Mann gedenkt von wie ich das genommen.
But the process, the process is this. As het skimmen van dat. Jetzt zijn we in het doen.
Aber wie wenn ich sitze mit der Kittel mich noch einmal bringen, der geht das da?
Ja, but wel, en het is doen met dat kittel. En gaan ze in Terach. Wie bist du? Weißt du, wie du bist? We staan jetzt in space, in the middle of nowhere. En ze bedoelen het allemaal naar Seder jetzt. En het weiß man von wie het skimmen. En het weiß man. En
Ja, met de kittel is dat geen met hem.
Okay, this here, the Matbilen, this is the Musik am Tukke of Matchel Begnes, okay. Het nicht plain, wir sind mit den Zos gelernt, dass
nein, der ist nur der Maßbewegnis, wir wissen wie du bist jetzt.
Achusen kommt daran, ich hätte Stiebe geht nicht verzeihen von seinen Kalle alle Zos, in wie viel Mal mit dem gesagt, in wie viel Date. Okay, bis jetzt am Melech, ja, okay, stop the victim mode, hier auf zu rennen von Gnes. Oben auf macht das nicht Sinn. Es hört sich im Drisch geht, aber bring dich jetzt aber auf den alten Pain, okay?
Was muss er das Simcha damit?
bin nicht begrepen, so.
Ich meine, it takes us back to before man got us in the moeder, macht man ein bisschen surgery. It's a facilitation. What's your name? How many siblings do you have? What
Was
do you
der
do?
dritte in der family?
Was is de naam bist du in de family? Dit is de Tam of dit is de Roosje? Welke bist du? Yeah, dan mag je liever Roosje. You know what? I'm triggered. Okay. So we're starting to open up. And when I order with the service, is het grootste gochen. You know, je kan me terug met loven. Dus een grootste iges. En Rivke is er als ik kom van dat een imkel zijn. Okay.
Okay.
En Dafke van dat. You know, don't, you know,
Weil
judge.
du sagst jetzt, Gnissen schwach, es gewill in Blick will zusammen. That's what I'm saying. Gniss is nicht Gniss, es ist Blick will in Gewill.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Es
it's
ist nicht der Gniss, was sind sehen.
yeah, it's how we choose tonight. Create minutes the conversation also, and so we can trigger this. Du hast dat at me voort te verbaan. Maar daar vond je me niet. Gaat ook iemand zich gezond zitten pessen.
No
Ja.
masker with this.
Ja, maar gaat ook iemand zijn nirtje. Maar heb dan boven als zeg. Otherwise, the achshe let's say the good hartsch met Dayani. I don't know. It could have worked. The truth is, we're disconnected. We need to go deeper with this. We have to fill the cups wrong to understand the kasha and to really get into it. And that's what we're
The
talking about. We're planning
The
it.
check-in macht the workshop.
Exactly.
The Matchel Begnes, this is the workshop from the
Yeah.
Seder.
Wir gehen haben, aber du sollst du gewiss, wie du bist jetzt. Und der Pain in der Masse vom Vater.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wenn ihr durch bis jetzt ausgeleist.
Wie ist Moshe? Moshe? Bist du auf der Business Bankel?
Oh,
Is it? Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Process.
Oh, he's in France. Sorry. No.
Yeah, this is Masker. Yeah. Dus daar aan vier.
Wat ze zeggen als je brengt daar goed op, geen chance om maar goed te doen. Het kan daar gaan een stuk weg.
Ich kann PDF.
Ik kan maar een PDF. Oké, breng erop.
Als om die daar goed. Oké. Wat gaan we doen? Dan is het dan nog een klein. Canada.
We don't ask questions. Free is mentioned.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah, but no. As you ask the question. Go ahead, I'm sorry. I'm saying it was fragging the contradiction?
Yeah.
Yeah, so mag ik ook free. Yeah, I'm sorry. Was dat answer?
No, I'm still in the middle of the question.
Yeah, sorry.
So, I don't ask questions, so ich begint wie stimmt es damals mit Ajekel. Weil Menschen aber ganz sich fragen, like, who am I?
Sure. So fragst du the kasha paisa. It's how you asking the question. You can't frag the kasha, but we said this last week, and knowing what question, you can't go into therapy just to figure out what question to ask. You need a coach to tell me,
What do you need to spend?
what's in the back from my car? Like, what's in the kasha, what's ich sehen ist? What's der kasha to fragen? What's bin ich also, what's bin ich also? Click. This is my kasha. What's bin ich
Everybody knows the answer. Was kommt. Paisa, aber the meaning. Meaning, alleen maar was fragen de kasha. Ze fragen nog de kasha.
No.
The point is the
Yeah,
kasha.
and what about the kasha was since fragen wir jeden zurück? In my personal life, over and over again, is all
No,
the
what I'm
kasha.
saying is that we fragen de kasha van a place.
So you long out? I'm going to see you guys for that.
No, we fragen de kasha van a place as du atert.
No.
Saying estamos zo mitten you fragen de kasha.
Yeah, so that we're
Because
displaying.
of our
Read it.
plots.
We're displaying over here a yichud. This is an intimate moment over here. We're going into a dialogue, a scripted dialogue, exactly. We got around and says Rubish exactly was the gast acting. Weil die Kasche nicht tut, sie straschen. Hey Tate, wusste mir nicht gegeben. Ich frage mich, hey Tate, wo ist Handnacht anders? Ah, that's right, Handnacht ist anders. Wo ist Hand? Denk mal an zweimal. Zweimal? Wo ist denkst dann? Oh, the Melech, Briss. Briss Koidisch, nun hab du Charoises, Murer, die Gevra hab Murer, wissen Murer, Murer mit Zerayim, is again verbitte dort, the vibration, waking it up, going into it. So the Kasche is manisch dann, koich man, fragt van Platz van Bittel. Absag ma ben, fragt van Platz van Bittel. Also ma is, probably Yitzira.
So was dat met
So, als de water en ruach en spirit, what?
So was dat met dat.
Hoe is dat van het edit?
Ja, ook de ganze Shaka de Islam.
Yeah, Korenko, oh, so that, what the Teretz is giving you, directs you exactly wie du darfst anhangen in the energy. Bist gern a slave, bist gern angespart. En het aber hast a bissl Ideas achain, zoekst du du, ich bin gewähren angespart, jetzt bin ich nicht angespart. Wie ist wusste geschehen, wie gefragt, wat haar gepaart, wusste jetzt, so mir warte zurück umgekommen. Jetzt ist mir nicht gargen, das ist mir gargen. So there's different, wie bin ich jetzt angespart? And remember, ins Leben mir jetzt in de Heilig, wo es noch nicht raus mit sein. De Heilig in Malchus, wo es noch nicht raus mit sein. Du is raus mit sein. Du is grey. Du is noch nicht raus mit sein. Because everything is happening right now, but in the slinky all the way down at the bottom, that's what we're dealing with right now. While your higher self is do tanzt akufas do matan teure, gat raus mit Zeraim, du is in Har Sinai. The ganze setup and the Yechidim was gemacht damage was done properly. So again with Moshe, given present, with Das, what is stamped in the consciousness. Noch the Bas Hamikdash. This is engraved in the consciousness. It went up a level and we went down a level. So we're disconnected. So Pesach Kimt, it opens up, we're connecting once again. We're connecting with the Ur HaKodesh. We're connecting with the Ur, the Lichas.
You need a glue?
Hmm?
You need a glue?
No, I think we're good, unless somebody wants to... Was gesehen? Okay. I mean, I think we deal with the Abubunim all year. Right? I mean... said before that Paroi is sitting by the Nachal by Pishon. So you have the Aiden Yitzim Nur Yitzim Aiden. Es kommt raus an Nur, a Tag kommt raus von Gan Eden. Und sie wird zerteilt in sie vier heads, 4 Ruschen. Bum 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 yeah I'm Israel Wuf Ketzovas Malamayet Makas B'chayres Kavana Eret Hashtachiyah okay Arba Yisraelis yep so we have Nu Yetzim Aiden Nashkes Sagan Pishin Gichen Gedekel and Peras. This is the 4 Tachen, which is zerteilt. Para is Zitz by the Pishon, which is the Nilas, which is Kim Terof and Zich Alain. What's that? No. Pishon. Yeah, Pishon. So sie Kim Terof and Zich Alain, Schat is als von dort wird ungefüllt, alle the economy and all that stuff kommt da durch Jana Tag, geht da durch Para. And dort hast du sitzt dort in Sarah Maschken, Sarah Eufem. Ich habe sitzen in kontrollierende Sachen, was man seine Paros, sie machen ihm seine Maschken, sie machen ihm seine Backen für ihn. Und noch hat Sarah Tabuchim. Das sind die 3 Chefs, wo sie sitzen und sie bringen ihm, machen sicher, als sie bringen, wo sie davon bringen jeden Tag. Sie gehen und sie drehen darin dort mit through Sarah Maschken, verschiedene Mittels get activated, Sarah Eufem, the Becker, and noch ein Sarah Tabuchim, the Shoichet. He schecht.
Oh, das ist die Schulisch Klippers, ja.
Schulisch Klippers, yes.
Das sind 3 Rusha Klippers, die 3.
Schulisch Klippers hat Mais, kann sein.
Yeah.
I mean, I come stammen gesehen, Adion, I'm not debating it, I like it, yeah, it makes sense, but kind of
Das ist ja verstanden, was darum gearbeitet mit Paroi, Sarah Tabuchim, Sarah Maschken. A Pummel and da ist es so steht da Pummel geht rein. So wie bald also gesagt ungehalten economy von der Zeit.
Yes, halt noch halt so. They're still active. Your struggles and down on Clippers, whatever we're dealing with is Sarah Mashka Sarah and Sarah Tabuchim. And Sheikh that macht da garb. But that's trick Sheikh, Nescafe. Shut the light. Sure. That's trick Sheikh. That's this coffee where I'm holding myself back. I'm not going to do it. And when you have a moment of not, you're separating yourself from the clipper. You're going into a higher vibration. And when you go into a higher vibration, you're not feeding the clipper. And the clipper starts evaporating. The temptation starts evaporating if you're not feeding it. So, Pesach Nacht, Makas B'choires, the center head of this thing gets cracked. Laser beam cracked. It's so fast, it's so quick, that sometimes, the person continues walking after his head is already, separated from him, right? It's that quick. And that sharp, that precise. Wak mag wat schon geschachten. Wak mag geschachten zijn gaben, zijn over de zure. There's no coil, there's no power there. So after the vier nahuras, dat is weer in totaal 4 dagen. En dan keken dem hast the 5th, which is Chemisha Torah, this is tzaddik tzaddik. That you're tapping into your tzaddik. If you tap into your tzaddik, you have a minus tzaddikim. Really, what's meant on minus tzaddikim is that you are impressed by a tzaddik, by a rebbe. You're impressed by him, and that impresses in you something at the minus. That's what activates in you. Something activates inside of you. What's that?
That's a minus tzaddikim?
That's the way we're learning it now. No, we should do other levels, but from the level from Daf HaPaisach, which is aligned with Eret, I'm just putting it in. I'm the artist, but I'm just taking the stuff from Nus and Nachman. Eret from the feed, Pishin, Gichen, Gedekel, and Paras, and it's we're stuck in a certain way, we're stuck in a certain thing. We're stuck in a certain place that we don't know that we're stuck in.
Das ist der Zadige, der nur jetzt zum Eiden.
No, that's what I'm saying, because now it's getting very technical. When that's from the Yetzim Eiden Gamarayan to Shviya Shel Pesach, and that's already like I didn't prepare for that. I purposely avoided like stuff with that. I didn't want to go to Shviya Shel Pesach, even though the Alter Rebbe goes right into Shviya Shel Pesach before in the Seder from the. Yeah, of course I peeked in. Of course I. Usual Shviya Shel Pesach, but we have to see. Man, yeah, I should be ready. Nu sind die Manach. Das ist Matzah Shabbos, Lav Malka.
Ah,
Du wirst am Melech. Das letzte. Sind die Nacht schon Jantiv, nein? Wohnt ihr noch das Jantiv? Sind die Nacht das Jantiv? Ja, okay.
Ah, Matzah Shabbos, delicious.
Matzah Shabbos is du wirst am Melech. It's wild in Juni. Lechoy, dat mag zijn, wat ze is dat de schiel het verbrennt wil, dat is een schrikkelijke maas. Mam is schrikkelijk aan zeggen. Mijn semizaan, vorig daar nemen, mijn, ja, ze doen zoveel te dashen nog them, but it's niet mijn plaats. Unless me weet nog te redden, otherwise it's niet mijn plaats. In other words, it's ze gaan hebben ook een plaats van tzeduk en alle gete zaken te zoeken als ze gaan oile bekitsen, maar ze gaan ze kennen ze zoeken een step, ze gaan ze schmies. So
ich bin noch der Abu Russian.
ja.
Die sucht die ganze Zeit Torah de Klippe.
Yeah, so imagine
Russian, so big, so holy. In der Abu Guli ist ein Kuh gehabt in der Abu Nehubas. Guli ist verdeckt auch.
Yes.
Zahm genommen der Abu Nehubas für sich. Und gemacht dort eine Maliche.
Yes, but ich kann nicht gedenken sich, ob es gesehen Mamash Azoi, but sie arbeitet, sie kennt es an. But the focus from ins is, the focus from Pesach is, and maybe that's why I didn't pick it up. The focus on Pesach is as wer der Pishon fiter de alle geveren. So he came to us nu jetzt zum Eiden. I want you to imagine this big Egyptian statue. You know why is there statue? With the große Oden?
Yeah.
That's Pishon. He's sitting right there. He's sitting, the big boss, he's sitting right there, Pari is sitting right there, and he's receiving energy. Every time you build another building or something that you're doing, or that pain, what is this? See, this bringt them the Kinder mit Herzaras. Davon bringen Kinder, schlechten Kinder, whatever it is, you know, vaccines and foods and whatever. This is alles apart from programming to continue this shkufa, this culture. This culture has to stay in place with a certain Verstinkenkeit. Because once you expose that, it ceases to exist. It's a real pressure against time that they need to hold on to a certain model that needs to work. And sechap klep, COVID, this, that, the Welt serid, it's a food, and it's a guide. So Pesach hast du dealen mit jede Gules wird geriefen mit Zerayim. So du 4 Gules, und jede Gules wird geriefen mit Zerayim. But the cup von dem Gules, was Vita die alle, des wird gespalten. Und noch gehen wir an a Shviya Shel Pesach, wie der Nachel wird gespalten in 7. Das ist Shviya Shel Pesach. Es wird gecrackt in, nicht das Paare, koid hat man ihm gebrochen the cup. Und noch ein Kind Kriyas Yamsuf wird es gesplit into 7. Means alle 7 middels nehmen über die Sache jetzt. We're getting straight from the source, bypassing Paare. Which is, Paare is auch het moide. Paare is schon, was das Wort, Bar Kochich Jana Oman. Sucht schon Oman. Guides, you know, sucht schon Oman.
Kedaber, V'chi Ivdis Hashem Kedaber.
Yeah.
Guy.
So nicht mehr dafür sein Approval. Sie sucht zu wasten, als the Klippe within us, the struggle within us is agreeing to, like, okay, a lot of hope. Sucht the guy enjoy dan Pesach. You know? Finish? Kan je niet fighten, zoek staan?
Allein ist mooi, dass kann schon nicht fighten.
Right. Wie viele Menschen doen, Moshe? Okay. Does anybody, by the way, in Zoom wants to ask a question, or I mean, they can unmute themselves. I was thinking today to ask if somebody wants to ask a question. So I know it's a deep process as there's Sinjuk and Kashas. Everybody's in the Ma, everybody's in the Koyach Ma. Until later it's all Bilima, Yeda fleet. There's nothing.
You don't want question. You just want to be.
That's what, yeah, good. Exactly. So, Pare, feet in the Matziv. This is Pesach L'Nacht. Wuf Ketzuvis, how to move around.
Koirich bezig met zijn woorden, we echelen bejegend.
Look, it would be a real. How amazing would it be to when it's come out around as the matzah, like last week, Keilim Peh Dalet type of thing. Like certain tzaddikim, they say were able to. So they look like they were eating the carbon. They came fat from the mold from the board. I mean, you think that we can get into such a space?
Oh, you.
What? Echt met genig van. Look, with the eerste, laat maar dan jetzt practicality, okay. De eerste kast, dat was aan een grote cup. Dat was aan een extra large cup. You have to be in a place where you're sitting. You're sitting and you're comfortable, and the eerste year the mered, that was just like an echo. It's like you're in the ruach of it. It's very tricky because you can also like a little bit overdrink, and then, but the nausea is not lasting for too long. As long as you're not eating an empty stomach, you're gonna be good. So,
You shouldn't feel that it's a chutzpah that you demand to have the carbon Pesach.
no, you're saying you shouldn't feel you have the chutzpah to ask for the man to come by.
That I deserve it.
Right. Saying you should feel that you deserve it. That's the beginning of it. That's how to enter the space. Wow. Yeah. Yes. Very good. Which brings me to the Chamische Chemische Torah, the retter oget van Sarah Mashka, Sarah Oifen, kimt er aus van de hals. Van de koen en de waschet. Kimt er aus de kal. So the Chamische Chemische Torah overpowers the Sarah Mashka, Sarah Oifen. Maar zij zijn ogen bij de waschet. De koen en de waschet. Sarah Mashka, Sarah Oifen en Sarah Tabuchem. The oirev, the para zit of an oirev. So there's a perfect restriction over there going on. So with the Chamische Chemische Torah, the oisi satoire, the kubais oisi satoire, van dat kriegt man raus van dem boche. That's how you find yourself, which is once you, and this is the Keilim Peh Dalet. That's the Keilim Peh Dalet. The Keilim Peh Dalet is that level of geila. That level of that I'm feeling like I'm eating the Keilim Peh Dalet, and this macht mir auf mein Hals, als ich kann unheim reden nach Chamische Chemische Torah, and this lässt aus dem Sarah Mashka, Sarah Oifen, and Sarah Tabuch. In part of Oirev, because I'm speaking Chita. I'm speaking 22 letters.
Wow. So, sind nicht die oil, das sind Mekana, die Zanzerhof mit der alle Tzadikim.
Yeah.
It's basically, it's keine Schechten, die Keilim Peh Dalet, ping die sind.
Exactly. Schechten de Keilim Peh Dalet, schechten auf de Zure, ping wie sei.
Ping die sind?
Ping wie sei.
Was ist bin ich anders?
Der is de gaat voor?
Ongeluk is
De gaat mooi van hem scheppsel of de gaat hem schecht, namen voor allemaal.
Just he was more refined, so it's
Oh,
actually.
ik ga niet, ik ben ook gaan scheppselen, ik wil niet schrijven gaan scheppselen, allemaal goed. Oké.
Ik heb er aan als een bit shaky.
Aber der Eibischter geheißen. Das ist was sie viel. Der Eibischter geheißen. Ich gesagt, ich geheißen Team in so einem genommen, so einem gezeugt, so einem genommen, so einem getan, nicht gekiert gaan, so einem es getan. So you feel comfortable. Ich habe schon im Rasen. Please, it's too heavy of me. Just gaan schechten, it's my schepsel.
Let's be nice.
You want me to check my fears and my victim and my feminine and my masculine? You want me to get in all that? I can't. It's too intense. When I'm a soft guy. It's not my thing. Aber der Eibischter geheißen. Von was? Wegen Hand nach Kimmich, wie Pesach nach Kimmich zu henken, and I nach Seder lassen. You're not going to have to deal with this anymore. politically correct or it's not politically correct, whatever it is, the Abishter geheißen. And they zog der Rebbe, this is Shabbos HaGudel, this is the greatest Shabbos HaGudel that we are tapping into to them light, tapping into their eye.
So we are getting big. Shabbos HaGudel.
We're getting massive. Because we're taking the Shepsel and we're telling our David Azura that Magat Shechtam, I'm done fighting with you. I'm done with you.
So Moshe Rabbeinu nicht gestanden in front von ihm und hat gesagt, ich werde dich. Das ist alles tun in Shabbos HaGudel.
Exactly, very good.
I'm ready to stay
The
in front of him.
he ties it in exactly after he says Moshe gang in front von Paro, sucht als Moshe's Messias, gerät können von der größten Messias Neves, bis die Yidam gaat am genehmen the set. Man gaat Shecht in front of the Mitzvah.
Yeah.
It's like walking around in Manhattan and you're doing something like complete, whatever. I don't have the Musha right now. So the Yidden did that by nemen Zaire with the Zura, Zaire Chef, Zaire with the Zura, and saying that we're going to Shechten. So,
Oh.
sucht desi gewinn, in Moshe, desi gewinn aggressiveness is never, wie Moshe gein zu Farbreng und suchen am Gade Chargen. Yes?
Weil die Jiden nicht in der Dage, und ich hätte es gekannt beweisen.
Yeah, eins, and then looks like that it was a big sacrifice. It was a huge thing. It's when aggressiveness, and sucht in the Messias never, just Moshe gaat when gegangen Farbreng, ik gewinn mamash skunas nefushes. That's the word it says. It was skunas nefushes. To go in front of such a powerful presence. And Shadach Ami, and he's like, this time I'm going to kill you, you're done. Like a hitman. Like, he checked it, he measured it, he's like, okay. He's like, ich will dich in Gen do. Noch Farbreng gesucht, noch hat geworden, Makas Bechoris. I guess he got a shock. Definitely did something to him. That's for action.
Der Mensch sagt, dass mit Zerayim, wenn er ist gewagt, ab Ki hat gewagt auf der Gas, hat sich jeder weggeregt. Das erste Mal, so gesehen in seinem Leben, hat sie gebinden. Mischchi, es tat, dass jeder gedacht, immer stricken, sie binden. Wo ich geurerin ist, wo ich die Suche schellen, bezavuram. Der Mensch sagt, dass jeder hat geschleppt, das will nicht gehen, schleppt ihn. Du schleppst mein Gott. Mit Zerayim, die Kien sind gegangen auf der Gas, und die Menschen auf der Sidewalk. Und du schleppst die Männer wieder so. Das ist gewinn a Messias Nefesh, wenn Eidus in Echten gewinn a Heimer Lewein. Es gewinn jetzt dem Gebet.
Right. We're talking about in some Nishgad of the Torah mitzvah, so to a time what you're saying, it was a physical strength or Schwachkeit. Es meint, als es gelebt als present them, it's as nicht genimmen the Shepsel and gegad the Shamar backup. That he was protected by his civil rights. Energetically, they were checking, giving them like a certain power, and energetically they were standing there, and Zaben is good checked, and was like, okay, the Bucher is serious, and man got, and I have to let him out. They were having there's a certain koich that was in them, in their minna. And how? By simply Kabbalah soil. Someone's getin, and that activated the whole chain of events. They responded to it, and they responded, and then they got stronger from that, and they saw that it worked. The confidence went up like crazy. Some of the babies, more than the cottoners. There's cantores, and we're going excited. It's arbeit. I'm going, you know what? Laat me gerust naar mijn zaken ogen. Maar geen bargain van de pushie. Ga weer in kleidel. Their confidence started growing.
Was in Heimstadt rausgegangen Jiden, sind sie gerne in derselben Matze wie Terach.
No.
Meaning, wenn sie genehmen dem Schöpsel, sind sie gemein...
Correct, but some got but some got the Kabbalah oil. Them the Kabbalah oil is the power. I'm jumping into it.
That's the power. So
yes.
There's the power. So Shem Pasmanah.
Yes.
But then the mountain is
yes. So this happens on Devach Shabbos. Shabbos are good. Look at them them say, and you're going to tell you over the Zura that ich had dich schechten.
Good afternoon, Simon.
That's what she's given, Miss Do. Or wherever a person goes, that's what she's do. Saying wherever I get, that he's mindful. Paisakim, the bin see dan say. Yeah. Look, maar getraid ze maken a matze ze gaan naar. De rood moet je kent ze binnen hem say. So much can't sit in them say. And if I get like a message, but I was like, whatever, it's guys and shit, this is good. Es ist eine andere Energy high, es ist eine andere Matze wie ganz. Und Rödem ist nicht, es The energy is very like this, saturated. It's heavy instead of action. So yeah, I didn't feel like I was thinking to push through, and I'm like, nah. Brian will chill, and I'm also I want to chill too. So mach dat chill. So je kent da weggaan van hem over de zure. Ja.
Dat Dalet is gewesen Jidnissen, ja? Ich hab's ja gut.
Mhm.
Ich meine, genau warum. De alle Fragen, de Taz. Der Nesse gewesen Jidnissen. In sich gewesen Shabbos. So, verwusst jedes Jahr macht man das nicht Jidnissen. Oder das gewesen der Nesse. Du gesagt, der Kreuch ist gewesen, was sie gewesen Shabbos, nicht wegen Jidnissen. Sie gewesen Hand, haben Donnerstag gewesen Jidnissen. So, es hat mit Shabbos, nicht mit Jidnissen. Dann sie nie nach Hause und zwar am Donnerstag, ja? Das schieße gewesen Shabbos nicht mit Torah. So, Donnerstag gewesen nach Hause mit Torah.
So.
Vier Tage vorher, dann gewesen noch wegen Kreuch und Shabbos, um sie gekannt ist beweisen.
So the part is that yeah, you as me I wanted to say on this that Yom Shekila Urich. That Taka Ramnusen talks about it, and also in Rabbina talks about it for the Middle Rebbe. So we're talking about Yom Shekila Urich. We're talking about entering a space because it gets into a whole pilpul of Vayerev Vayevoiker. So was Abbat is as Atug. Meint 24 Schuhe. Ze doen nacht en neem op het. What's meint nacht? What does it mean Laila? What does it mean night? Which means that night, yes, in the oilem physical, nacht meint nacht. It gets stinkel. But as you go deeper and deeper, how is your mood at night? It's different than in the day. How do you think? Some people think at night. Some people, whatever it is, we sleep at night. Our vibration, we don't eat at night. Our vibration is different at night. Sometimes chun, tranish the cups is okay, but the vibration is different at night, which means that on every level se wird nacht. Dan moet zingen shira bij nacht. A ganze Tag arbeiten ze. Ze nemen alle in zijn werk, ze voert daarop en erop, trailers erop, back and forth, brengt erop aan shefa, en bij nacht zingen ze shira. So. What is this choshech? And then choshech on the andere side also shows up as my problems, my doubts, my worries, my shadows, my anxiety. That's the choshech also, the rebivia. It's a bas from the andere side on every level. The choshech is the tzimtzum. In order for us that maschilim begnai, begnis? Maschilim begnis. Maar daf unheim koden met the choshech. Vayere vayeboike. Because the choshech is the tzimtzum, was darach that tzimtzum kenach zayn the light. Otherwise it's one big light. When I put a hose into the ocean, now I appreciate the force of the water rather when it's just in the ocean, when it's in the calm waters. Now I see myself, and that is not just that. Listen to this. It's even more than that. It's not just that I see the force of the water. The water itself finds out its koyach, its ability, because before that is gewein. Wasser. Jetzt it is in a full flow, is in a force. So he appreciates what's been in his imke, in his machshova. He appreciates that right now because he weet gevur jetzt to do that for you.
Finish gisteren was dat ding.
Finish good, yes. And this is the Rebbe. This is from the Rebbe's Maimer. Very powerful Maimer. Welke Maimer is this? Okay, I think I should a minute. So the word is it's nicht so much, it's a sichen, so this is very, very powerful stuff. So says the Rebbe Yidalvnis and the birthday Rebbe that we're having that in the Mekoden haben it's given so the symptom is darten that it can reveal the light. And through that symptom, revealed us a light, which is really given in the imka machshova, and even before the machshova, which is how the Spielzeugos do in the world. In the middle of the andere zaad from the hose. Which means that the craziness that, as we said before, the craziness that you're experiencing that makes no sense is because we are tapping into something that is higher than what makes sense. It's machshova akdima, and it's even deeper than that. It goes up to even before any machshova. It's even revealing what was in the depth of the essence of the Zach. That's what we're representing. How? By the crazy cycles that we're going through. It's preparing you for something so crazy. It makes no sense. So, Tur Yom Cheshkas Laila is that we're entering a space where God saying Yom Shekila Urich, which means that all. Also, we had the eclipse, which is the Zin Shant Adarach the Lavuna, all the way to the end, all through gravity pulls it through. All the gravity, the full gravity pull that the moon has. It's a titan on the light because it has such a gravity pull and it's in perfect alignment. In Shabbos HaChodesh, Parshas HaChodesh, entering into the Chodesh HaGeilah, is the magnetic field. The Lavuna is a magnetic field. Ins Tzimmer from the Lavuna, and it can take less than Megar Meklum. It can take unashir. You cannot then take business of because it's a vacuum all the way. But when you put this light, the Zin, the Mashpia, next to the sun, and the Shabbos HaChodesh and Chodesh Nisan, Keilim Peh Dalet, it pulls all the way and it flushes it out. It flushes out the whole system, all the choshech and all the restrictions. That is what we're dealing with over here with going into Pesach, a cleaning for Pesach, Liki Yechama. So Yom Shekil Urich is that all your midas you're gonna see through. Finally, you're gonna start seeing through your midas. It's aanlichtig. The tinkle, fill the tinkle, and what's the tinkle? It's kalvachomer, the chomer levanim, kalvachomer, and what's it called? There's a kalvachomer and the other one. What's the choshech? The choshech is the kalvachomer and the gemura. This is that goes on the choshech. Also figuring the kalvachomer. Yeah, no, it's not that. The Kalvachomer, Levanim zijn and we'll see it soon. We don't need Paris system anymore. Yeah, what did you say? Exactly. It's on a dia in Pesach, on a suga in Pesach, on a suga in film, on a suga in Shabbos. Like ik ben een gozer, hello, you know that in met dat is Paris mee, met dat is een system.
Searching who am I? So viel gesagt, das ist morgen. Ja. Gesicht mich. Das ist auch der gesinnte Choshech.
Yes, the ultimate Choshech. Because when the guy's trying, who am I? You trefst dich in ma. You trefst dich in nothingness. And if you have a moment of nothingness, you're deleting your whole file. Because the haltstoon dan struggles because you have judgments. And I have cheshbonis. The body halt the ganze shakulatari mit cheshbonis. The wolf ketzuvas, exactly. Choymer levanim. When I go into that high vibration of silence, you have a ganze structure, so you schleppst the foundation from the building. The ganze story, the gebot of Nugel. It's a gebot of ein Nugel, of ein bolt. So, yeah. Das ist Yom Shekila Urich, der Wolf Ketzuvas, und es wird getriggert, der kam dies, es gab gesagt, wusste gesagt, als es angefahren, der Wolf Ketzuvas, es gab gesagt, das ist, ich habe es darauf gebracht. Okay.
Yom Shekila Urich meint, sie hat nicht die alle...
Correct. Sie gaat zo'n lichtig die ganze Zeit, das ist an der Usid Lube. Und jetzt kann man ins Träumen sein von dem, Me'en Olam Haba. We're already tapping into this, we're breaking open. Yes, we're tapping in, we're drawing down the light, and wegen dem Tag ist behind us Oimer, Tnifa, Machas HaShabbos, Meilig HaMoivim, man trug de Oimer, was me bringt, Machas HaShabbos gab uns alles wuch zu us, ja, das ist nicht Schmamateur, das ist, verified mit Rebnussen.
Yeah,
because it's like, you understand,
you're the artist.
Yeah, no, thank you. God is the artist. Wow, I'm so humble. Yeah, I'm the artist. Okay.
Yeah.
So, because the crazy thing is that I'm learning in a Siga in Imre, which talks about Vuf Ktsuas. And we're like, we got to Keilim Peh Dalet. So of course he was bringing in a few ideas. I was learning my favorites, and we're like, after that from the Yant, but immediately it started showing up. And then Renusten is busy with the Vuf Ktsuas. Malach HaMovi, the Mizbah, the Kara, the ganze Sache.
Same idea.
So ze gaan zijn leuk die geven. Then ik nog een keer, this is Pesach Matzah Mura, dan coming out. When du musst nicht so kompressor. Die drei Sachen noch mehr zusammen. Die letzte Sache ist the Mure. Pesach Matzah Mure. We're tapping it. Lass mich noch like the labels nicht vergessen. Amina. Yes. Go.
Ich hab viel gefragt, das hat mich getriggert, und jetzt haben wir nicht der Chitzpe.
Mhm.
Aber ich habe so kurz schlimm, als Schleusche durch mit Pesach.
Er sagt, man soll ja de gids spelen, ja.
That's it? Die gesagt, okay.
Er gesagt, man darf de gids spelen.
Weil Jutsi da gewusst. Ich habe gemeint, wie haben Menschen Chitzpe?
Ja, gefragt, man hat schon immer gedreht damit.
Lass mal gehen.
Aber ich so gesagt, das. Lo Jutsi da gewusst, weil ich hein Pesach Matzah Mure. So maybe you can't koirach, die bist nicht in der Lage für ein Hillel für ein koirach Pesach Matzah Mure, but at least Umar, Hillel später bei koirach, das eigentlich mit der Kilo, weil koirach Pesach Matzah Mure, wird wirklich bejachtet. Let's say ins haben nicht der Level für ein Hillel, also uns kennen das Tage zusammenbringen, die Tage von Pesach für Matzah Mure, aber Gamliel sagt, kolschloi Umar, at least say it, all this three, la Jutsi da gewusst sei.
Right.
Aber der Minimum für nehmen den Pesach in das, wenn so gesucht von der See, ich kann mich mehr von dich, und dann bist du nicht da angetappt in den Pesach.
Ja, sag geht. Darfst es nur sagen, mal gespannt. Mal gespannt, en du so gerade free von der Dalle Driches, hast du von the four elements, it's also the Dalle Driches, the four elements, hast du the Chumetz is 2 times 4. 2 times Dalet. Ches is 8. Ches is 8, and you have the Dalet is 4. Right? So hast du the Dalet elements, and the Riechse Uru, was kimt der Pare, which is the 4 Nachel Pischen Gedekel, and the alle 4, the 4 Tagen, was kimmen eraan, and corrupting the system. And man neemt hem, man brecht hem een help. Man brecht hem Chumetz in zijn maatse. Man macht van de Ches weer dat Dalet. En nog dan lijkt me zie de high, of course. Ja, dan lijkt me zie nog aan dat hier, lijkt me zie high. En de high wat de lijkt zie is met een zoeken. Because this is Malchus Peh.
But I'm real so, even though the house is called Paisa, meine ich, the house is nicht. Because this house is nicht, is not a technical detail, you can see geschehen.
Das ist nicht jetzt im Essen Englisch, hast du
Ich
nicht
habe
technical.
the Korben, aber the ganze
Und reingehen in den, ist jeder eine Heilig.
So that is, we brecht es in halb. Dat is de jagers kunst te gaan met hem ook goed. Met ze brecht de Chumetz in halb. En als in de matze, according to Ramnussen's layout, hast in de matze hast alle 4 elements. Hast the kemech, which is the ufa. Dan was de wasser, de mayim, dus man legt er aan de wasser, dan legt man ze aan een ijs. En nog om de ufa is de riech, ja. Oder ich meine red von, was habe ich verpasst? Riech? Ja, hat ein bisschen scharfe Ausdruck auf der
Riech ist die gesucht für Geruch, das ist der Hai. Der Hevel.
Ja.
Das gesucht den Mann.
Ja.
So, man ist der Matz, wat man high.
So the matzah clean toes is the clean out for the alle Sachen was in deal met van de Riechse Ure, van de Eis, Shuruch, Maim, Ufer. The alle Sachen was gedeeld met de Machumetz, the ganze Uhr. The matzah is absolutely triggers that how it deflates the ganze ungebluzene story that you have, everything that you're holding, all the grudges that you're having. The matzah deflates that. It just pulls the air out of it. It busts the bubble because wus kann das halten in Platz, wus kann es ne Fähre sein, wus kann es umblusen, my ego, which is Chumetz. But once I delete the Chumetz, noch wird sich geht. Es befragt mit der Energy, was gibt er Pesach nach. Ein massive Ichid.
Interessant. Also alle Fragen, verwusst du nicht essen, Chumetz bis bei Nacht. Das ist schon mit so, es hat sich rundach jetzt schon fertig. Das ist schon chiv. Ich habe alle mal gelernt von 8 bei Jamarischen. So wie die sagen, du bist ungeblusen, innerweinig mit Chumetz, mit der Ego sich setzen zum Seder Nacht. So, bei Chatzos erst muss nicht kein Chumetz.
Correct. Yes.
Du kommst rein zu der Seder Nacht allein. Sitzt nicht mit der Rachale im Bauch.
Das hat lies weniger.
Man endigt alle in der Früh, im erst 10 über Nacht Matze.
Schirikel.
Das ist 11 Schuhe unchumetz. Das ist nicht du nachher so mit. So Bchaim Kanevski hat viel mit der Ritze. Aloche der Landes, aber und der Ego. Die setzt sich zum Seder Nacht und der Ego.
Ja, ich hatte so, es hat mich schon beudig gekommen. It's beudig gekommen. The night before. in the chumetz is once again you're going in with the feather, you're going into all the same midas, same shtickle word. And by kicks the midas mit the feather. With the feather, you're not being harsh on yourself, you're just brushing it off. You've already done the work, now you just need to brush it off. You know where it's at. And the ganze Pesach is all about entering in. It's a one moment, you're entering into this, the Moich and the Gadlus. Not raising the vibration right away. Moshe gegangen zijn?
No,
He left?
I think so.
Right. So, Moich and the Gadlus is where it comes in one shot, like a massive download. The Moich and the Gadlus. You can't play around. Anivel Malach, Anivel Asur, if it happens in a very powerful way. There was an happen though?
Pesach, not somewhere in the middle.
Ah, and then there is two ways, for the sake of this conversation, there's two ways in how we can connect and how we receive energy, how we receive oil. One is through the day-to-day that you're going through, and your different wheelings and dealings and relationships that you have with yourself or around yourself, which trigger different parts of you. And then there is another part of it that you're tapping into a minute. You're going into the absolute amina. And you go into a place where you start seeing things differently, from a different place. You see things differently from a different place, which means that you approach, you go into a relationship with things from a different place. You start moving you start moving the energy, you start moving the ruach, the spirit. As we make it free, right, left, chesed, compassion, gevira. So Pesach Nacht is when we go online onto that channel. We're going into the Kiddush B'Nefesh. We're activating another. We communicate from a different place. Another channel macht zich over, and you go online with that channel. You make contact with that.
So you gesagt, wir sagen Yachatz, denke ich, nicht aufgepasst.
Als Yachatz, kann man sagen, man brecht the Dalet. But ich weiß nicht, ich habe es nicht gesehen.
Jetzt,
der
Zero wird gefragt von einem Jüngel, der Bläserjig. Verwusst zerbrecht man der Matze. Ich bin ein Jüngel. Hat gesagt, Tati, was heißt das? Ist du Dalet Koises, das sind Dalet Matzes. Hat gesagt, als jetzt gesagt, der ganze Mama in Eitzchaim. So. Dalet Matzes ist du Dalet Koises. Ha?
Ich kann auch so eine Sache. Einer der anderen gewesen, der war Jaget Yankov. Schreibt, das war was du Electricity. Als in der Zeit früher gewesen, der Minne, so klar, so schein, als man geglaubt nachher, man hat es gehabt, man hat es gesehen. Jetzt ist in der Zeit, man darf schon ein bisschen umwecken, man darf schon geben ein bisschen Electricity, also man schickt von einer Welt, der andere Seite, das ist du Energy. So suchst du online, jetzt stehst du schon mal Platz, wir können es führen von einer Welt zu der anderen, also. Und du sie online.
Yes.
It's beautiful. Du stehst, man darf schon so viel ins, man darf schon aufhören. Kick.
Ja.
No, ich hab noch so gesagt. Wo sagst du, man darf man schon aufhören?
Also in Sommer sagt, es ist verkehrt. In Sommer sagt, klure, beautiful, muschel. Also
Technology.
online.
Yeah, exactly. Sagst du, online. The Keilim Peh Dalet are here to...
Tell me, the technology is for uns to...
Yeah, but we never even this Keilim Peh Dalet because it's a distraction. But really, what it's meant to do is Maschilim Begnis. It's meant to bring your attention to what's going on. I can't even name down lesson from the telephone. I can't even name a lesson from the telephone. But what I can do is, als ik Keilim Peh Dalet, en hij heeft dan aangeroepen erin, tiefer en tiefer, iedereen al is lefiachle te gooien. Is, we zeiden, wo ist de Keilim Peh Dalet? Ich meine, ich habe mich gematcht damit. Kann ich can't verstehen. What's the pressure over here? Fahrtelefon sind nicht gewähnt keine Sachen, was mir rumgekrochen. But it's much deeper than that. It's a distraction. It's a distraction. But it's a mushel. They stickel do is a mushel. He says a piece, a black screen in the middle of Malchus, and it can project any picture you want. Any picture you want, but limited to what its boss wants it to project. The limit of it is that, what about me that I can project anything else? So many other things that I can project. I'm also a screen. I'm also a piece of Malchus. I'm also a piece of Malchus that's walking around projecting pictures. So what's my limitation? Do I need to project Chazarai, or I can project high vibration? And that is why we're eating the matzah lechem oini, because Malchus is oini. Malchus is a uraman. Less lemegar meklum. And we're feeding it. When them get me tzedukah moos chitten. Get me for this other reason, because moos chitten is one of the reasons is that we're feeding the oini. We're feeding the uni. And by feeding the uni, the man was he's literally a piece of Malchus that's starving. And it is he wants, and you're feeding him, you're giving him, so er wird happy. Als jetzt ungefüllt Malchus, als gemacht an neue screen, als geraised the vibration.
So the kleinste Torah geht immer ran, is this. Matzas, Ushtaivas, Zucker, Tatzel, and Moves.
Nice.
Moves is Brahma Bris. Marmen Moves, yes. Zucker, Tatzel, and Moves. By eating nuts. Kim de Pisca, geht darauf auf Matzah. This is that. Verstehst du ein bisschen laut, wie das gesagt, wie das geht an Yichid, wenn man steht neben der Tzadik. Das sind drei Gdus in der Teure auf Korn Pesach. Man muss Neichem Chagirim, Agartel, Naleichem Ragleichem, Shich, und Makelchem Beyetchem. Das ist an, wie man das an, heißt gespannt, lassen wir es riefen. Das ist ab Sacher, Shich, Strick, mit das Stecken. Kuchet euch li oise. That's the way.
En was de zweite Sache? Shir?
Was Neichem Chagirim. Was Neichem is de land. Ja, agar.
Okay, so
Leichem Ragleichem, Makelchem. Halt er stecken. Ready rauszugehen in Esdika und Pesach. Wechzers.
Okay, so the Shir and the Gartel is gone?
Was Chagirim.
Chagirim, Gartel. Okay, so that may have all taken in a minute. But the Lomergan couldn't see the stecken. The Mata is Zeh Mata Ashanas and Nuchash. The Mata geworden a Schlang. En nog van de Schlang geworden Circa Nuchash. Hij wordt Circa Mata. The Mata is, was 45? 53? Huh? So the word is that the ganze Gules, the ganze Sache is a Nuchash. In it's spinning, the 49 levels of spin. It's Hatzchanayrik and all of the judgments. It doesn't stop, it's a nuchash. But the minute you approach it, it turns into a stick. And the Mata Ahan hat angeschlingen es Matoisem. It's a ganze story, it's a ganze Spiel der angeschlingen. The ganze Matze of Gorish. Can schicken missiles, ballistic, wo du willst. Kannst gehen. Ich kann doch sehen auf die andere Seite, Brüder. Good luck. So, einmal de Gapston de Klippe, it turns into a Mata. And the Irish gegeben der Koich von Moshe, et es zurückgebringt. Als Ayid kann man any Klippe, und gaat es a Gap und sie wird stecken. The ganze Nuchash, the ganze moving screen, and the ganze story is turning into a stick. This is eins. The Shich, the Gartel. Gartel, wo steht man nun a Gartel, wenn man da und steht man a Gartel, man darf separaten, the Shuchat Shemai v'Ara, separating the up and, separate the Ara, the Yisod, from the upper part. So you have that. It's also a support. It's a support. It's a support.
Also es soll gewirren.
It's support for the spine. Rattle energy. It's a support for the spine. Rattle is support for the spine. So when it's them still on the spine is the nuchash. And it's the nuchash hakadish, and the nuchash from the andere Seite. So that was the nuchash was it draait zich erin. Dat dan gafst ons weer aan maten and to stay focused. But met dit one agat you're focused, you're present. The haltst on the matte. This is the matte. Then the lime, the sheikh, sandal. This is malchus, yeah. Then the lime is malchus. We said nice. The lime is malchus matat. This is heel was abi busy with them. That was.
Naldo matat.
Naldo matat was a treatment als malchus werd ausgetreten. Het is van een maand. Wird ausgetreten. Ik denk je kippen toe met gaan met kan sheikh dan het arbeid met zoals malchus. We're not allowed to work, yeah. So that much can lady. So the sheikh is een afweg wie magataros van malchus. Jede stap was man het is ausgetreten met de kavuna. Ready to close on the so the it's not yet. Should we close? Nog niet aan. Is het goed?
Ich bin gut.
De room is goed dan?
Ja.
Nog een paar minuten?
Wunderschön.
Ja? Dat is goed? Nog een paar minuten? Pushing aan?
Gewoon.
Huh?
Okay.
Okay.
Wunderschön an der zweiten Seite.
So the zweite Seite,
Goliath.
yeah, but look, they get the kasha, how do the kasha? Zweite, higher on the emperor for the zweite Seite. Zweite Seite is the zweite Ude, so the Ude Samachvala. So the double. You're going into the double. You're pressing the button on the spring on the cabinet, you're separating yourself, you're going into the eagle's eye. Ask him on confidence. You're going into the ruach, the choyme, and then when I do a pe'ila, I move things. The kara moved, held the energy, the gvil, the bli gvil and the gvil, and it's shaking things up, it's shaking you out from choyme to lavainen. There's the zweite side that it's even higher than the erste side.
My trigger.
Huh? It's higher than the erste side.
Die zweite Sache, sag ich.
Serafia.
Bei dem darf man einfach nicht, dafür kommen, dass es...
Yes. The zweite side is an intense process. As hard as it is, that's how intense it is. Was is less, since you can feeling that. Man kann hat schon können direkt setzen von nach sitzen that. Except for the kids. But you're entering in that space of I'm doing Kabbalah, exactly. Ja, dat maskers aan dan noemen, dus allemaal dat niet schrik door het.
Vroeger, iets ik doe.
Ja, zo door het ben wat Miriam Surah. Zo door het Miriam Surah. Kom maar even lang. Is dit zo gedaan? Zie je? De andere vrouw laten.
Trouwens, is dat een...
Zo door het Miriam Surah, ja. Ja, Aruma Shekel Kesef.
Moshe Yosef ben Chana.
Zo?
Moshe Yosef ben Chana.
Moshe Yosef ben Chana. Zerif ben Yosef. Moshe. Of Farbreng Yosef.
Hoe? She passed. Wie lange is schon nicht du, als 8 Zeit? Sie lebt schon nicht.
Wer?
Chana.
Hold on a second, I'm confused there. Moshe Yosef ben Chana? Du sagst, Chana schon nicht so lange Zeit?
Wie lange lebt sie?
Wo ist das die Kirche mit Yosef? Ich habe mir gesagt, dass nach Farbreng Yosef, du sagst, dass Chana lebt schon nicht.
Ich weiß, mich jetzt, mich vorgekommen, dass
Wer ist da, Mama?
wird mir begelassen. Ja,
Ich weiß nicht mehr, wie alt ist sie gewesen?
I don't know the story. Moshe, wie alt ist sie gewesen?
Signe?
Wie lange zurück ist sie da?
19.
Wie alt ist die gewesen? 8? So?
2,5.
Oh, 2,5? Wie alt bist du jetzt?
22.
Wieso bist du gewesen 2,5? Du sagst 8 Uhr zurück.
19.
19 Uhr zurück. Oh. Mhm. The das, I'm not connecting the das. Das is like stuck. It's like very bum 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 bum. A lot of to do a soft potential for activation. A lot that's not active. It's like you're afraid to step into. Look, with 22 is good, but where it's at, you're afraid to. Yeah, you're missing the mommy, the confidence. You're not even as much afraid as you don't even know. Stimmt oder nicht?
Every word.
Okay. So, yeah, the word is as if the das, man darf activaten das. Man lijkt veel jeden Tag? Okay, dat is even een beraden. Wat maakt de breeder dan? Zo gewoon is. Het is verstaan met hem struggles. En Malchus is een dallas. We judge niet door de wegen met judge niet gaan. Du is een mispet of the real. Als Malchus darf een spoor, darf hem brengen naar spoor. Man darf activeren de das. Reis, was het reis? Reis. Okay.
Rash Dalet sig like the eat. You can say.
Shir. Reis is shir.
Shir. Okay, she is not hitting the das yet. Die speelst? Shir? Die speelst?
Yes, she.
Vrijdag.
Oh, so it's sie gespielt.
Was
Ja.
für ein Instrument?
Geen.
Keine.
Fragt ihr, spielt ihr ein Instrument?
No. Nein?
Ich sag's noch.
Okay, Seder. Gedrukt zit op de zaad, zijn stering daas. Dat zijn we dat.
Wie krijg Moshe staat met Yosef?
Huh?
Wie krijg Moshe staat met Yosef?
Ja, het is best mooi. This is good.
Da, Moshe is das, en Yosef is bewust.
Asmus is good. I think Asmus mag wel dat. It's Asmus feel good. Welke goois bestikken worden?
Tijdens.
Cup, stuck in cup. This mama stocks is soft, but it's just a stuckness. It's a soft stuckness, a luchtige stuckness. It's stuck in kolzijn.
It's the trauma.
Why is it
De
just...
zweite Mama.
Zoekst du de zweite mama, dat gaat toch schieten?
Bis met die geschickt. Bis jetzt noch einmal.
Wo is het nog eenmaal teruggekomen?
Want ik dacht, zijn tat het hier gegeten, wel, het is niet mogelijk, was je het geteen. So die Stocknis in Kopf ist, wo sie hat weggelegt die Kinder?
Well, wissen wir sehr heiß, but sie wird recorded alles, ist live, so kannst du bist nicht in der Nummer, kannst du in der Nummer? No. Erst, nein, lass laufen, sie. Sind du Menschen?
Ja.
Sehr viele Menschen.
Kann
Okay, ja. Ich weiß nicht, was geht, ich rede. No.
Erste Nummer, letzte Nummer.
No, nur der erste Nummer. Aha. Sagst du dir, Mama?
Ja, verstanden.
Wie lange ist sie gewesen mit dir? Wie lange ist sie gewesen in der Schwoche?
8 Jahre, so.
Ches, okay. Maar de ches en half is de dalet. Als du dat stil maar een feestje langer. De ches mag man ook tegen mag man is de dalet regens. De regense oren, dat zijn de vier elements. Moest daarvoor is mijn water. Als de matze klinkt het zoals. Is te vragen, okay, dus vanaf gewoon een grijze matze kan ik zo zeilen mijn kop. Hoe is er wrong with them in German dat? En dat was als je moet brengen door kranheid. En zoek maar die gap trauma en zal gessen matze. This is a minna. If you have like a narische minna, dort arbeitet es. Und wir sagen mal eine narische minna mit einer Montignacht. Mit einer narische, was geht noch sein. Mit dem trinkt man 4 Cups Wein, das kann man eine narische minna. En ze macht op de hart. Ja, in sommige gevallen anders. Ze maakt vrijwel de hart van anders. Anders is, wat ze doen is. Anders is the lowest level, anders wie is anders. Wat van geld anders.
Ja.
Anders is the lowest, right?
Udom, Anish.
Udom, Anish, Geyo. Anish van de schwächste.
Stil.
Anders is de zwakste, okay. So I guess met drink van. Gesetzt not door, die zijn soms geloof af Anish. Hoe zelfs met Anish, but je kent als ik ausgekend met de alle 4 nemen van ze. So Anish is the lowest level. So ze macht op de niedrigste level. It's also wie er zal zitten dat in a hole in a cell all the way down there. So was de familie, de Fatzatics, de prisons again, de heavy bronetien, maar gedraaide schlüssel en het zo wie graduate de tieren zich even de heavy metal van dat, maar kamen is rausgegangen van dat. Maar is rausgegangen, wat ze kent rausbrechen. Maar ik dacht toen maar poer hebben dus te even aan dem tier. De waan macht toch auf von dat. En zijn we dat fast sitzen wir dat in 2500 years, sind wir in a keller dat angesperrt. Let maar pur festlich waan, ins laat man nicht trinken, sinds in the next room. Ins kann man noch schmecken immer. Man schmeckt nur der Schimmel. Der Puritz kommt erop und kommt erop und trinkt sich gewoon. But jetzt dit, mit der Waan, was man trinkt, mit der Abrakoises, is de Melch Malcham allein kommt erop dort in dem captive holding facility. Dus man sitzt in Schimmel op dat mit judgments en mit masses. So back to Tacheles. Ze veel te gaan gemeen en dan zijn back to Tacheles. Zo zoekst de maatse willen zeggen. 8 uur, 8
The second one is in the head.
De 8 noot is Mashiach.
This lady, the second one, is still in the head. You can see.
Ja, ze had hem gedamaged. But it's not, permanent. It's just, she's hat gemacht an impression. But ich sehe nicht, ich sehe nicht kein Fear. Ich sehe nicht kein Fear. Ich sehe nicht kein Trauma, like weakness. It's more like a, darf a mom. Darf a mother, somebody to tell him he's fine. Because I don't see him being like traumatized or it's got an impact. Darf a positive influence. Darf rangehen an einen Incubator, was soll chargen and nicht kann shock therapy. Just mit Ava, mit compassion, softness. Stimmt? So, was ist hier so dann gaan? Gaan is gein, gaan is Gine is tvillen. The mama's energy, the mama's koich is gein, is altijd aan davenen. Huh?
Het is spel gaan.
The spalla Chana, yeah. Chana is the softness that you have. That with everything you've been through, you were protected. There's a certain because Chazayim is traumatized. Chazayim is the hack. Chazayim is not. It's a black and cup. It's the dramatisches Chachma, het actor in Chachma, kennst the Royes Anoil, that kennst in the bigger picture, mate. But slowly, with the image, soft. Matcha is perfect. It's Yidal of Nistans, Erev Shabbos HaGvul, Erev Pesach, Keilim Peh Dalet. Shmi says, as Magat Roos van Gula Sayer. That's the rumor. Was Magat zoeken next year?
Yes.
Good. Esta? Das ist auch gut. Als Chilem begnis. Als Chilem begnis? Hat rausgebringt da am Ende. Wir fragen Akasha mit Gnis, like, was goes on next year, das meint, das ist ein bisschen present, bleibst nicht?
Wir gehen die ganze Schier ran in Gvil.
Yes.
Excited?
If I'm excited?
At the Rose. How are you feeling about Sunday, Monday night?
Yeah, I think,
Can you imagine you're now in a cell?
no, I'm staying here. I gotta get people out. You going out? Niet laat me de shows. Gewaar we doen. Je want Shiba. Die guys staan die as de matzes, hè, Sean. Ja. Maar de wereld zoekt dat ongeld het niet gaan. So, als ik ga niet shows, ik ga niet mijn personal geheel, dus kan man niet water gaan daar, maar dat voor mijn personal geheel. Skimt, ja, wel kind. Skimt große Sachen. Der Gevre muss schon attacked, mit attacked, das ist so, kein Missile ist schon angefangen. Es ist Mama Shanes, ich weiß nicht, wie der geht vor. Ich weiß auch, ich will einer auf mal Eure gehen. Aber weißt du, es ist nicht auf allem nice, aber man sieht, nissen wie in Kriis Jamsef. Ballistic missiles, kein sind nicht gelandet. And drones. Drones is whatever. Drones schickt auf Toys, da gehen man nach schon unsicher, was der gemeint geht geschehen. But the missiles, 15 minutes, the ballistic missiles, that's their power, their might. The ballistic missile, was sie gewesen was?
Keine Process ist nicht, ich hab's gedacht.
The process nicht.
Nissen.
Geherige Nissen, weiß wo gehen nach Harlem, 150 targets. Massive missiles, schießen, I mean, and Gunish. It can't even enter the space. It's like bloop, bloop.
So the Wolken sollen zerreihen.
Yeah, exactly. It's a Titaros the Koyagler fan. They can't, yes, they say it's almost with planes. I doubt it. I mean, I think it's just it's a camouflage. We zijn zo'n wissen over the technology. But we say stops the 150 was coming to voeren. Maar what's this to do? So they say voert like, yeah, technology. But we reden van een zaken snellere technology. Ja, ze kennen het niet, but with the efficiency, we say an umbrella. Ganze Sachen, I'm going an umbrella. And so you can't enter in the atmosphere, the space, and this schickt apachet in the ganze Welt. Anybody that understands technology is like, what in their ganze weaponry is going to be. On whatever level, weiß nicht, kann sein andere Medina haben man etwas stärker, but heute Russland hat sie verkauft, sehr starke Scheuren. Und man hat das geschossen, sie sind besser, kann sein, weiß nicht, sie wollen gewohren werden, als sie ans Arbeit auch nicht. Sie sind noch nicht ready, for them ready from this. Ich habe es noch halten, noch ein bisschen hope, you know?
Max Pchore.
Yeah. Exactly. Marcus Bucheres. We dealen met Kees, met Shmuel, is de schwarze geilig van hem Kees.
Ichme?
What?
Is de Ichme?
Als Amulik was je gedeeld met Reis is gewoon Amulik, is de intellect, Chachma. Jetzt zijn we in Kees. We're Malchus meets Kees. So we're definitely in a Kees program. So where is the Oma zijn Kees? Allemaal de Shmuel, wie is Shmuel? Wel, zoekt de Gochet. Zoekt Shmuel de Gochet aan zien van hem.
Gemellet.
Dem Gemalet, so staat Pink Micha, so wie is aber? Wie ist sich teuer? Well, the kroin had the sticklers and ausgehakt, and in the middle the hollow pieces. Is in the kroin, but there's in the hollow pieces. Gaat nog niet gaat voor. Hij heeft schon gehad, most van ze gaat nog. Wat doet de gever was, weiß dat ik ken de surrender, maar is also tinkel. So halt zich nog goed met hebben. En wegen dem halt zich gaan overrazen. Because the suicide, and them can't understand because it is in the Chalik from Keser, which is stuck in or it's just a contrast of the golden the silver sticklers, the diamanten. Torah mitzvahs, klal Yisrael. So alternate and it's wird gebracht in Chassidus redt man von dem Zana Voide is darf Chivitin einen ganzen Tag for the fact als weiß nicht. Gaven ze de gaat voor? Ja, staat dat mooi, ze gaat zo. Darf opwekken, darf Chiviti in een ganzen Tag, dit Chiva, als weiß nicht. Als weiß nicht.
The inzenen. Weiß nicht der inzenen.
Weiß man holding space, like basically darf steilen auf den Spitz von dem Schwert mit ein Fies. Darf Chivitena, als weiß nicht, wo sieht, wo ist just, is in der Ikma. Und steht du oben, und nur hat Yisroel, darf Chivitena, weil weiß ja, so kann es selber sein.
Die Kinder machen sich auffassen.
The last and business stuff. I mean, it's to the core. It's to the core. I mean, it's intense. It's intense. It's like, are you normal? Wee, kijk me gewoon. En nog had toch geld, en had power, en had alles. En hij zegt, no way, I'm not doing this. So the Chaver was on the sterker up in the intellect, are able to hold and surrender. Zijn attacken surrenderen. Saudi Arabia and all these Chaver, they recognize the koich, and they're like, okay, I can't fight you, I want to join you, like, help me. We'll buy technology, to teach me what do I need to do, and then fully in support. And the andere Chaver was Kennish, is Kennish. Well, I weiß, dass get sich hinter, is managed to do. Like Bilam.
Lebt von Feit.
Huh?
Seine Existenz ist von Feit. So
Correct.
Hinter is
Very good. Yeah. Zaan Shiva is, nogmaals, weiß nicht, was meint. Also weiß davon nicht, wo hergeht. Wo ja. Weiß ich mein. Kibe Yitzchak Korol Chazuz, So, Lamasa, we're going to wrap up here, Chaver. We can mamash business side, and I feel it. So do asach, Baruch Hashem, so do asach shefa.
Chasal Seder Pesach. Steht in Sefer Ruchum.
What? So give it a look. Chasal Seder Pesach is what? Taibas Ruchum?
Sefer Ruchum. So steht der Wort in Matthäus Ashir. Ich kann manchmal nicht in der Zusammenstellung. Sagt, you will... brengen Russians for them.
Mamash is Yichavi the Zayger Halda. So we're doing a lot better than I thought. It's team and a best wie gemeint. Gemeint maar nog wat zwellen we zeggen. De laatste nog gekeken op zeggen, die gaan zwellen we zeggen. Zo gemeint is 12:22 lot hij. No wonder draaien om ze zeggen ik doe.
Schon darüber Chatzos, schon eine andere Beginner jetzt. Schon in Shabbos.
Ik dacht dat hij. Ja,
so. Kolbas, ich könnte das, was darf sein?
Wo zit er op een andere schrijver?
Ich vergesse schon. Zu bisschen.
Ja, ik moet auslassen de maat. Yes, hij gaat danach bij de.
Schein op school, kus je nog fijn zet. Je recht wat doe je nog schwer, je moet kunnen wat. Is het nog wat we samen goed show. Git ze zand, git plaats.
Thank you very much.
School.
Sagst du schon, hast du noch zu viel?
Sag ich muss nice. Wollen wir nicht zu direkt.
de Gevle Leiden in de Wohl.
Aber so letzte Woche meine ich, dass ich 90 gesagt dass wird frisch geboren.
Leiden samen so, ja.
Steins wir kennen zoeken, weil is een getrauma wie.
Wat is je zeggen?
Is de trauma is younger generation, so I can zoeken een masker met gnis, als ik weet wat zich te kwatschen. Der
Hij
andere
gaat eraan en daar met haar schmeichel.
Ja, exactly.
Wie zoekt het?
Ein was hat real trauma is like ich kann es nicht ist gequatscht. Ist ein evet, ich kann es nicht.
Ja.
Aber du bist schon ein Prinz, du bist schon ein Ben Chod, du bist schon ein Ben. Kein Schöler Ben.
Je zegt in de show was van Gela. So.
Exactly.
I see bij hem toe. Bij Moshe. Bij hem. Ze,
Moshe
bij Moshe, so de Gevre. Ze hebben een andere spraak nog
Ja.
alle traumas. Eigenlijk.
Nein, das ist
Nou, die een wat wegen Ruchel.
Yeah.
Heb ik het salsa de Pesach met Ruchel.
Yes, so there's Avarab and Avazita. So Avazita is Pushatach is the small love, and Avarab is the greater love. The small love and the big love. So as we spoke from Rav Nachman a few weeks ago, that we have the Fanim, which means that the Zap was the gif, the Zap was the Nefesh, was the Ruach, the Neshama, and eventually the Chan Yechida, operates through the Fanim. This meant as the movement do. Imagine you watched in the aquarium, you watch a fish swim. So there's andere nefesh. De nefesh do arbeit met de fanem. So de eerste zaak is, als ik groep tief enough, ga ik treffen Ava zitten. Ik mis onheim met Ava zitten. I'm sorry. Ja, es treffen als de groep tief, es te treffen, het hebt te met de kleine love. Ik doe in de physical wereld en ik tref mijn liefschap, my love for whatever, for my creator. That is Ruchel Imani. Ruchel Mavaka al Beneh means that Lai is in Olam HaMachshuva and Ruchel is in Malchus, in Peh. So Ruchel is if you close your eyes and you go deep enough, you're gonna find a natural, the feeling what he feels, the undertone of everything, the vibration that holds, your vibration, whatever is holding you, is Ruchel Imani, is do love, there's Ava there, is Mavaka al Beneh, she cries over your matzah.
So,
So this is a chasal to the
Seder Pesach.
Kim terug to the Rup Lamata do.
Je finding Ruchel.
Chasal to the Pesach full circle. Chasal is a samach is round, and the matzah is round. the eagle.
Kar.
What? The car is Malchus, yeah. Alles, but we can take to the
Ruchel.
depth, Ruchel, the Levun, and we go back deep into the heart. And through, the eclipse and all that, it brings you into the cleaning all the way to the core.
Jetzt habe ich das Moishe gefragt, das ist bei Monat. Mit Ruchel kann man noch dem rausgehen zu der Sphäre sein? Zu der...
Yeah, einmal the vice hyped of the Malach Moivi,
Wir können reingehen an eine Juri jetzt.
open up to bringing it to the
Zu haben Ruchel.
in 60 minutes all Zach with the Lulav and Nasi. The moving energy that way. The shishik tzuvas.
Ja.
While we're in the incubator, and now we'll do it with the matzah.
Hast du verstanden?
Die Fähre von... Wie geht man zurück zu der Meichel, ja?
Yep.
Zu der Parwe.
Yeah, can I say that?
Auf Seder Pesach aus der Ruchel. Ruchel hat den Zaran zu gehen und sagt halt bei der Jungen, I'm gonna cry for you. Ich kann dich begleiten in der Halle sitzen.
Das ist der Matzev. Stimmt? שלא יחבר לנו מדלני לחלשני והקודש מצילני מיהודה